was such an impressive feat.
failure, lost.
Even to come out and lose, yes, they're crowned fourth.
We're going to the
You know,
finals
that's
finally. I
nothing
mean, the
to
game was
scoff at,
boring
but,
anyway,
like,
so
to really come out
me
and
crashing
hit
is all
60%
good.
like
I
that,
don't care.
despite
You know,
look at the
it's whatever.
leaderboards, guys. It is basically almost nothing but disaster across the board.
Bam.
With some like one or two failure members on the front page of the leaderboard, it does look like another staff dagger is gonna have the highest damage and kills in the lobby at 97 kills.
1 sec.
3.8 million damage done for Gedjudel. We need to get that guy's VOD. That guy's doing something with staff that the rest of us need to see. I'd love to see that guy's replay to show other players how to play staff like he is right there. We'll see if he's able to get that going for me. Failure, top player Shonsky, 1.6 million damage with 69 kills. Nice. As we look at the damage on leaderboards, 1.6 million damage taken from Crix right there on the spear dagger. We'll see. Yeah, Crix the GOAT, 1.6 million damage. How does he have the highest damage taken as a spear dagger?
Sorry, Chad, I'm just preparing the stream again.
Crazy. No, 1.8 million for a, hey, baby, staff wand, baby. Woo! Jedi, my GOAT. That's my class represent, and you guys all told me it wasn't playable. I'll have you know, they be tanky ass mofos, man. What a represent, buddy, from failure right there. Amount healed, who has the highest healed in the lobby? I see 8.7 million from Scalen and Disaster.
Okay, are we live now on YouTube and on Twitch?
Any higher than that? Nope, that's the best healer in the lobby. Good fights to both. Will be Disaster taking it home 2-0. Hopefully we can get Necro in voice for a winner's interview. Lucy, if you want to try to set that up real quick, have him join voice very quickly, and then we'll be getting into our grand finals match for the day. Very excited to start breaking that one down, crowning King of EU on that one. It's like, looks like he actually did join the voice call right here, so let's talk to the winner. Necro, it's good to see you again, buddy. You guys look so good.
Hello, thanks.
Hi, you look so good out there. Hey, 2-0. They swelled to 60%. Were you even concerned?
Well, yeah, that was, I don't know what happened on the channel, to be honest. I wasn't shot calling, and
where do I find the...
I saw the percentage ticking high. Crix is alive. That's something bad. And then I just see, okay, well, what's going on, guys? What are we doing? Okay, and then we got killed a bit, but then we managed to take back the control.
Yeah, right on. You guys
ready
really
for the finals.
Put on a clinic in the first round. The Kawazan, were you ready for that pick, or was that just something that you guys have just practiced and you just kind of freeballed it?
Well, yeah, we are better on the like close areas like Kawazan and Malakar. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to play them on against Nova.
We're finally getting ready for the finals. So now, right now, we have the semis talking. You know? The people just play semis. Sorry, I had to just get my stuff together because I crashed the stream. But it should be live now.
It's not like Cherno. You can just turn and go up. At some point, it doesn't mean how many times you kill the enemy on Cherno. There is no way to hold the point constantly, and when you sleep,
and we're getting ready for the finals any second now.
But in Kawazan, it's not the case. When you wipe 1 or 2 times, and when there's a gap between enemy, it's much easier.
Right on. Well, it has to feel good to be crowned third in this tournament. Certainly you were looking to try to be first place to prove everyone wrong, but I don't think there's any doubters out there anymore. You took a match off Sin Nova, and to be clear, all 3 of those maps could have gone either way, in my opinion. I'm curious, who do you think is going to win in the grand finals today, Sin Nova or Hand of Unity?
Smack talk a little failure a little bit from the side.
I guess Nova will win. But also Hands of Unity, I know them, they were the best scrim guilds, but they just did a lot of war games with Synergy, and now Synergy is kind of better than them because they know what they're doing, and they just improved it.
In on top, that's why.
Synergy is really good spawn campers. Hands of Unity was the first that came up with, and then
I mean,
also Synergy
I
has some
think.
tanks with high collision chance. And,
I mean, they have
high
Rakas,
bitrate.
right?
They
Sin
can
has
block
Rakas.
the cap.
They
and
have
slow
Tech
the enemy
H.
down.
All from Sin Bleed.
So,
They're gonna get this dub easy.
I believe Nova will win this, but yeah, I would like to see Hands of Unity win.
Wow.
Also, yeah.
I think it's really incredible that every person I ask, like I asked Spit earlier today, he thinks it's going to go the other way. But like, honestly, again, everybody I ask, it could be a coin flip either way. I'm kind of just hoping for all 3 matches, to be honest with you. But we're going to go into that breakdown in a moment. Is there anything you want to say to your entire guild now that you've been crowned? Got 3rd place. You need to understand the gravity of this situation, guys, is that Throne and Liberty was released in the West. This is a brand new PvP-oriented MMO, and this is the very first tournament of its kind, and I think it very clearly expresses mastery of the game on a level that no one has ever really seen before, and to come out and literally master the game this quickly.
Are we getting
an
interview?
And adapt to just about
Please say we're getting an
situation
interview.
or any meta game as we move into it. Do you think it's going to be, first of all, is that a great feeling for you or what?
Please tell me we're getting an interview.
Being a third?
Yeah, being in 3rd, yeah. Not being a turd, guys, yeah.
Well, it feels good, of course. There was a lot of guild that participated in the tournament. I still believe that we could be the winner. I mean, we had unlucky with the maps, and there was a castle buff difference, etc. They had some really good DPS players. I'm gonna be honest there, their DPS players is better than our DPS players. They their stats was so high, and I guess all of them are Korean veterans. But yeah, it's not an excuse, of course. They won at the end. We had high hopes that we are gonna win this because
so they will always be losers.
We were doing so good on our war games,
That's
and
crazy.
Our roster synergy was very good. But that was so unlucky. On Adentus, it was 88%. I just said, okay, it's 2-0 done. You know, I even stopped. I just went cocky there. I stopped focusing on the rooftops. I told everyone to get inside, and then like 2 or 3 of their mages were on the rooftop. Just they smashed us, and we couldn't stop the snowball effect. So.
Wow.
And after that, we had to fight on the I had 3 options, and the 3 options was we don't have experience on this map. It was Ezreal, Morokai, and Talus. And I just lost every single coin flip, and at the end I had issue with the map. We did good on Talus too. We had to make it 70%, I guess, but.
Right on. Yeah, no, I find it very
okay.
cool.
Let's finish this interview, man.
EU's PvP
Come
scene
on,
is
man.
a lot different than NA's. EU's PvP scene.
Why is this guy still yapping? Can we go into the finals, please?
Fighting each other, with the exception of SDC Black. That's a PvE guild. But everybody is basically fighting each other all the time. They're not afraid to basically go nuts to butts with each other at all points in time, and they're not all stacking the best players in the exact same guild. And since everyone is willing to fight each other all the time, I think it breeds a better and more positive environment for PvP to thrive overall. I think this is why we see EU as a region just perform better than North America in just about every single game that we see. NA is basically just terrible, and EU just consistently pumps out absolute gamers. It's because we have EU on top, leadership. Bro. They have the strong PvP scene. They have the correct understanding of how to grow as PvPers and get better at the game.
That's crazy. He's
and I'll be honest
smacking
with you,
NA.
Necro, strong players follow strong leaders. Game, respect, game. I think that you've created a fantastic organization that you should be proud of. So you guys, and to be clear, guys, to make one more thing clear, you guys don't even have castle right now, right?
No, we don't.
So you did all of this. Most of the tournament you played with no heavy attack bonus buff against plenty of guilds that did have the heavy attack. They don't even have castle, guys, and they look this good. Imagine if they had castle for the last against Sin Nova. He's right, it might go the other way. No. Who knows? But Necro, great job today. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the grand finals match. Is there anything final parting words you want to say to everyone?
Actually,
yeah, to my every single guild member, I feel like so good about the tournament, and even those who is not in the tournament roster, they support us on the Twitch chat like a crazy. They are still doing it.
Respect, dude.
I'm just proud of every single one of my members, and I'm so happy to be the guild master of
Theodore Camp. Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream, yo.
My co-leader XHD.
Tell him I got a tip for him. Spend more money.
Him too. I couldn't do this without him. We basically there are two leaders of disaster, and we put a lot of work. And
but yeah, I mean, W this guy, but please, can we get into the match, please?
To make it
oh my god!
So
excellent.
Let's get into it, yo.
And also, thank you for making this great tournament. I believe everyone thinks the same about that, because I never hyped on Tron and Liberty that much before. Not even Siege, not anything like this tournament was the peak. And I hope you do the same on Tier 2 again, and we just can't wait to participate on your next tournament.
Amazing. You have no idea how good that makes me feel. It's always been my dream
as
a content creator to really try to deliver like the super special gaming moments when people look back in 10 years and they look back and they say, what was my favorite moment in gaming of all time? I want them to look back on some of my tournaments and say, that was the most fun I've ever had. That was the best moment I've ever had. So when I go to make tournaments, I try to make them good enough to reach that level. Now, I don't always succeed, but
wait, we're not getting. I hope we're not getting a failure interview.
Potentially doing it for Tier 2 on a run back as well, and
they lost. Get him out of here, man.
I've also spoken with AGS a little bit about, and I don't want to get everybody hyped up, but I am speaking with them about a cross-region situation. So we will see if we're able to make something happen in that regard. I'm not sure if anything's going to pan out for that, but I really appreciate you, Necro, coming in here. We're going to go ahead and move over to our finals match. So I'll go ahead and move you back down. Great job to your guys today. Great job all around in the tournament. We really appreciate you coming on to talk to us.
Thank you, and good luck to Hands of Unity and Sin Nova. And we are excited to see that match.
All right, yeah, we're super hyped. Yeah, all right.
Later, finally, time for the big match, guys. Big match time.
Yes, the moment we have all been waiting for. 54 guilds. 54 guilds, over 2,500 players, and we're down to 2.
Let's get it, bro. This match is. I hope these are gonna be lit matches. I want 3 games.
I
want back-to-back.
$2,600, but let's be honest, guys. Who cares about the money? In PvP, it is ego first. It is, we are better than you. You are trash. That is what you get. I know that Sin Nova and Hand of Unity are both ready to go in this one.
Yes.
We have the pre-game interviews just about ready to go. We're going to
we're getting timeless
over at the versus screen to break down versus Hand of Unity, the grand finals, opposite sides of the bracket, and now they meet here. Sin Nova, an early access start guild from the Wraith server, the strongest guild in their alliance, the only one in the alliance to really be in the tournament. They've only won 4 sieges. I believe that's 5 now, considering the most recent one. Their prediction for the tournament is top 4. Clearly, they're already past that at this point. They're going for number 1. I'll let you introduce Hand of Unity, since some of these are your boys here.
Yeah, Hand of Unity, previously Penance, and now they are
on my god, this is
they've won 4 sieges, and they have obviously come a long way as a guild, and they seem to be one of the favorite candidates for the tournament to be rank 1 even. and well, Synergy Nova too, obviously. But to be fair, as they said earlier,
I called this final on day one.
Earlier, Hand of Unity and Nova like had a lot of skirmishes together, and I do believe that led to Synergy Nova being more prepped for them. But I would also like to believe that Hand of Unity, like obviously they made it to the finals, they are definitely the kind of guild that is at the level in which they definitely have something prepared for Synergy Nova today as well.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, I did speak with people before the match today that had the inside scoop on what the prep looked like for both guilds. Both of them are super sweaty. They are sweating out of their minds. They're not trying to reveal the strategies. They've played against each other many times. They are not trying to reveal their strategy against their opponent. And both sides, ironically enough, think that this matchup is so close that it's going to come down to the map choice. They some of them were like, it's just a coin toss, like 50-50, and if we win the coin flip and we get to choose the map, it could just go either way for either one. They think that they're advantaged on different maps. Fortunately for us and the users at home, the loser of the first map will get to pick the second
we
map.
might get it. We might get it.
Very excited to see that.
We might get a 3-game play here, guys. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Interview one at a time. I'm gonna pull up Timeless here first.
Timeless,
this is
big.
Sin Nova's Timeless. Timeless, you there?
Hello.
Hello. So you're leadership GM for Sin Nova, is that correct?
Indeed.
Right. A man of few words. Here. So you guys have had a phenomenal run through this tournament, and it's been very difficult. To be honest with you, you guys have struggled in some of these rounds. Disaster was a nail biter. Even Greed, yeah, you guys exhibited a tremendous control.
Greed? They slapped Greed
really well in the field.
What do you mean?
Fought Hand of Unity a crazy amount. You've climbed this mountain. Okay, if this were the song in Rise, you're about to fight Faker. At the end of the day, you've climbed all the way up to the top, man. You are right there. So how are you feeling right now? Are your guys prepared for this? Are you guys hyped up for this? What is your approach here?
To be fair, I think like the disaster fight was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call. That we haven't had a lot of good war games lately because a lot of guilds were either dodging us or were busy, according to them. So I guess they're all dodging pretty much. It was pretty much the first 3 good fights we had in a long time, together with the Greed one. So we're kind of like getting used to, you know, fighting good guilds again. We fought Hand of Unity quite a lot, like scrims on the side, so used to fighting them. Feels more like a friendly fight than actual tournament final, but yeah, I'm kind of happy we made it to the finals. I think we have it's gonna be an even fight, yeah. They're good enemies, but we're also pretty good. I think we should be able to beat them.
Right on. So yeah, no, I think everybody I talk to has a different opinion about whether or not they can win. Before we get into that, I want to ask, do you have anything to say? You've been leading this guild and this alliance for a little over, what, 3 or 4 months now, since the game has come out in the West, and maybe even before that, if you played on the open beta or you played in Korea. That's a tremendous amount of work. It is essentially either indentured servitude or slavery, depending on how you want to look at it. You're not being paid at all. It's a thankless job. I would know. I've led countless amounts of PvP organizations.
True.
It's really hard to do.
It is tough leading a guild like that, competitive especially.
The world stage like this, and be representing EU in this, because regardless of what happens here, if there's ever an like a cross-region tournament, I think that people are going to be looking to Sin Nova to help lead EU in this case. How does that feel as a leader?
Good question.
It's kind of nice. I mean, at the start I was just a settler, you could say. I was just playing, and then the previous leader stepped down, and then there was someone who had to take over, and then I had to do it. And I mean, we changed a lot since I took over. Mostly it was the performance part, like went from being a supposedly hardcore guild to an actual more hardcore guild. Yeah, people have improved a lot, put in a lot of effort. I got a lot of help as well, a lot of class advisors and officers and other, you know, members who have been helping me a lot with leading the guild. So kind of happy with what I built up here. I'm glad to be part of this guild. Yeah,
you absolutely should be happy with what you've built up here. Is there anyone that you want to give a special thank you to, or a shout out to, and even a guild recruitment advertisement? Now's your time. You're at minimum, you're ranked 2 in EU overall, and you might just be the #1 guild organization overall. What's your sales pitch here? Who do you have to thank? Who are your closest
Let's get a good recruitment message, yo.
Sales pitch, not so much. I'll skip that part. I'll let Relu do all the poaching like he did so far. Otherwise, shout out pretty much the other people in my alliance who are not playing. I saw them yesterday at the end of the Talus fight. They were actually cheering on us in the chat while I was playing there. It felt pretty good to watch your fellow guildists just, support you on the side. That was kind of nice. So big shout out to them for, watching the stream and cheering on us.
Homie, Talus the homie, man.
Lit.
Absolutely incredible. Well, what do you think your percent chance is to win today?
60-40, I'd say.
60-40, so that
Yeah.
close. All right, good
Yeah,
to
it's
know.
close. Yeah.
Well, I hope I get to talk to you again in the next hour and a half here. I wish you the best of luck to you and
Oh
your
my God,
entire
it's getting
guild and the
real.
Alliance watching from home here, as I know it means a lot to you guys.
It's getting real,
Good
guys.
luck out there today.
Thanks
It's
so much,
about
guys.
to happen.
Talk to you again later.
All right, now we're gonna pull up Relu. Relu representing Hand of Unity. Hello. Are you
Hello.
the GM of Hand of Unity?
Of course I am. Who else would it be? I am the
Okay.
Stone Lover, the Red King. Who else is there than me to lead these bunch of fucking degens?
I like this guy. All right, Relu, you are on the precipice of victory here. Where 54 guilds were in this tournament. Now there are only 2. You have climbed the mountain. You have mastered Throne and Liberty better than any other European players worldwide at this point. That's gotta feel good as somebody that's leading the guild like this. How does it feel to kind of be here after all of those months of struggles, the HR issues, the sleepless nights, the politics, all of the fights that maybe didn't go your way, people leaving the guild? Man, it
HR
gets
issues
hard.
is
How does
crazy.
it feel now?
You know exactly what you're talking about. The struggles, the pain, the fucking absolute animals who cannot play like humans we had to deal with. But all this hard work finally paid off. All the coaching, all the bod reviews, all the practice that we had in the past months, we got this far, and I couldn't be proud of my boys and girls that we got
Right
to the
on.
finals.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have had an incredible run today. Now, I know that Sin Nova and you guys play a lot. There's been a lot of scrimming going on in the background, basically during the tournament, even before the tournament as well. You guys have a lot of respect for one another as organizations. Do you, realistically, what do you think your chances of winning today actually are?
I think a lot of people said this, and I think I have to agree. It's a coin flip. Sin are a phenomenal guild. They've been playing from day one in Korea. Obviously, Timeless has been playing with them since day one on Korea, but he stepped up as a guild leader, alliance leader more recently, because let's just say their previous leader called Apples wasn't the brightest, and had to be done. Those who know. And
that's
it
crazy.
really is a coin flip. Sometimes they farm us, sometimes we farm them, and
Apple
it's really
slander.
hard to see where we will go. We've been
Yeah,
practicing
oh
a
my
lot, we've been
God.
looking at their comp, but I'm sure they've been doing the same. So this is a hell of a final.
Yeah, this is so sick. I think that this is the final that a lot of people were waiting for all these
Damn.
3-week-long
The slander
tournament,
is
and I really
crazy.
Thank you guys for coming out to the tournament. Do you have something to say to all of the guilds that maybe you beat in the tournament so far, or all of the guilds that are looking to get better?
I hope he says
in
something,
EU?
yeah. I
They're
hope he
all
says something
looking up
like
to you
get good or
and
something.
Sinova,
Please
as
don't be humble.
You guys are the bar for them. They want to know how to get better, how to get in the hot seat where you are today. Do you have any words of wisdom for those guilds?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to shout out those guilds that didn't quite make it as far. That's
Oh my.
Orca, Visceral, Hot Grills, RIP Hot
He's being
Grills. They
humble.
disbanded. I don't know if you've heard.
Wait,
but
really?
Yeah, they disbanded, unfortunately. I don't know the T or anything like that. I think loot drama and some shit plus tournament or whatever. I don't fucking know. I was a bit upset. They were great sports.
I'm sure
But
it was
I
just
wanna shout
e-girl
out-
drama. It's okay.
Well, nah. That's a nation, bro. That's a nation. We don't deal with that on the
well,
EU.
we just chop trees, yeah.
But yeah, I want to shout out to those guilds because we fought them a lot and we had a lot of practice with them, and without these guys constantly pushing us to be better, we wouldn't be where we were today. And big shout out to every single guild that signed up to this process, no matter how far you made it. We've got so many big PvP guilds that dodged it, apart from SDC Black. that, you know, claim to be the best, and they are not even in the fucking Discord.
SDC fishing
So,
tournament,
yeah.
bro.
One thing I want to mention, this is by request of my guild. There's a guy called Turnos, not Tenros in our guild. He would like me to correct how to pronounce his name. He was very tilted yesterday.
It's Tenros?
Turnos.
Turnos. Okay.
Yeah,
is this guy a Black Desert Online player? Because I feel like I know this guy.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. He probably is. I mean, do have a lot of video players from Mythic, from Southern, the original Southern, not the fake Southern at the NTNL right now. Sorry, Shiku.
Okay, well, I will do my best to pronounce Ten Toes' name correctly the entire day today.
10 toes is
all of
crazy.
this said, so what do you think your percent chance is of victory? You said it's a coin flip, 50-50. Honestly, how important do you think the map choice is then?
Well, I'll say this, right? This is
Vacation
logical.
warrior,
I've
it's
lost
crazy.
coin flip 4 times in a
Bro,
row.
let me have my vacation,
So this
bro.
is
Why are
also a
you
coin
yapping,
flip. So
bro?
statistically speaking,
Come
we've
on,
got
man.
to win this one. There's no
Bro,
way
I
we
was
don't,
sitting,
all
chilling
right?
in my
Now,
cabin, sipping some
in
wine,
terms of map, Talus
watching
is an
everybody
interesting one.
flame each other in the
There's not
chat.
really
It
much
was
going for it.
good,
There's
bro.
not much really exciting to rate
Can't
apart from
complain,
the
you know?
hook,
Can't
and the
complain.
zone is quite small. Us
Stuff
and
was
Sin
good.
Nova have very similar comms, so I think it will really be a nail biter for this one. I think this will set the precedent though for round 2 and potentially round 3.
Right on. Well, we're super
Okay.
excited to see it.
Please,
here.
let's get in,
Is there
man.
any
I'm
final
excited. I'm
words of
excited.
wisdom or thoughts you want to kind of convey to the community while you're here?
Please.
I think I'll speak after we win, if we do win. But yeah, best of luck to
After
Sin Nova,
we win
and
is
yeah,
crazy.
big shout out to those guys who are making thus far. We'll give you the best performance you'll ever see.
All right. Well, we look forward to it here on the cast.
Okay, we better get a good match now.
Good luck in there, Relu. There's certainly a lot of
88%
people in
Adeptus
chat
cap.
that are
Low key
rooting for
combo.
you today. Good
I was
luck out
pretty
there. We look
nervous,
forward to seeing you guys
but at the
play
same
today.
time, I was happy
Thank you,
because
boys. See you later.
if
Bye-bye.
Sin has lost that game, they would have
Alright.
ended up fighting failure in the
And
loser
it's
round,
time. Now, he
which would have been
kind of
more
spoiled
satisfying
our
to see
pick ban
Sin
a
slap
little bit,
failure.
but Shiku,
So, like,
you
it was a
haven't
win-win
spoken in a while,
situation
so
for me
kinda, 'cause
anyways, you know?
there's an interview going on. But do you want to explain what happened in the
Did you get Fire Speed? Weren't you hosting? I only hosted round 1 and round 1 because I've been on a vacation. I came home today, a couple hours ago. Blue asked me to host, but I couldn't. I was on a cabin with 3G internet, no microphone, no shirt, no tie. There's no way I could have hosted. I was 100% when we had this and we choked. Wait, oh yeah, you're a disaster.
Surprising pick. I mean, I expected it to
You know what? I actually wish you guys
Just
would have
not
won
the
that.
first pick
Nah, I'm
and
kidding.
not
I'm
on
kidding. I mean,
Synergy Nova's
but it was a
end
really
of
good
that.
fight though.
Very
You guys
interesting
pull
pick.
up
We'll
a
have to see what
big
they're gonna
fight.
do,
You put
but
a
I
big
have to
scare
say, if
on
Relu loses
Sin. It
this
was
best of
crazy.
3, I will be in his DMs for sure.
Oh boy, I am so excited. I want to give one more shout out to our sponsor, Icon Digital.
Oh, we're starting
before we
finally,
get
guys.
into the first match
Guys,
today, guys. Remember, it's a
it's
free
starting.
download application.
Are we taking an
They
L?
sponsor
Are we
this
taking an L?
tournament. Go download the app. It helps you track your performance. It helps you track what's going on with your guild. You can also optimize there.
Oh,
as well.
I just
Get
hope for a
way
good
more
fight,
FPS,
bro.
which
I
means your
hope for a
gaming
nail biter.
experience
That's what I want.
is
I don't want a
better.
one-way
Any
fight. I want like a
sponsor willing to come out and help with throwing
99%
Liberty events like
back
this,
and
help
forth,
me put on
slapping
events
each
in the
other,
future.
great
Their
ganking each
application is
other,
absolutely
some
legendary
crashes
in its
happening on both
performance
sides,
optimization. So go take a look at that.
complaints
Code Blue Squadron,
happening,
guys. If you want a
trash
discount
talking,
code at checkout. They also do custom
coping.
PC builds
I want
shipped
everything.
anywhere
I want
in the
everything
world
in this fight.
straight to
I
you.
want everything.
Now, as we hit go, it is
This is what we
Talus
need.
Is the map of choice
We
for
want-
the very first
wait, who
round.
chose? I
And
didn't pay
couldn't
attention.
be more excited because I love Talus. It's going to
Talus.
be very close.
picked?
The go button has been hit. We are in the game for the grand finals of the largest tournament
Who
that
picked?
EU has ever seen.
Was
for
it
Throne
Sin
and Liberty.
or-
Honestly, that the world
or
has ever
Hands of
seen
Unity?
for Throne and Liberty. The Koreans can't put this shit on. Bro, like, what are we talking about right now? EU.
Dev, did you
the
take that
goats.
L on first map,
54
though?
guilds
Same as,
signing up, 2 remaining. And I
Hot
just want
Grills?
to point out, as he said,
What do you
all
mean?
of the guilds
On
that
which
got
game?
knocked out earlier, maybe they knew they were weaker,
Okay.
and they still signed up for the tournament. You guys are the absolute goats. Now you can see we have a kill feed here.
Okay.
That is the Hand of Unity kill feed. Is Hand of Unity actually allowed me to join their guild so that we could see the kill
Yesterday
feed
first
during
game.
the tournament here, so you guys
what
can
happened on
see
yesterday's first game?
anytime red kills
fight
yellow, that
Granell
is
on?
Hand of Unity actually killing Sin
I don't
Nova
remember.
on this one. Maybe I have the Sin Nova is red. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. No, so maybe I have this backwards. Maybe it's yellow killing red. Okay, well, you can still the kill feed.
Bro, it's like 100 games every day.
Like Sin Nova is
it's impossible to remember.
winning this one.
Oh yeah,
Honestly,
Grandela, I
beg to
remember
differ.
now. Yeah.
I think like even though they do seem to be the ones that are pressuring Hand of Unity,
Yeah.
it seems to still be an uphill battle where like both kills are just funneling numbers. They die, they revive,
I mean,
get back
disaster
in. It's just
slap
like a
on Grandela. I mean,
brawl. And the funniest part is,
that was
even
crazy.
though Synergy Nova could have just like not even engaged on this, they could have just gotten on the wrist stone. They're just taking this fight outside, which I do not understand.
This
why
is
they're
an
doing
ego
this.
fight right now. This is who
And
controls the
looking
point.
at the leaderboard,
This is a
you
fight
can
for
tell
who
that Nova
controls the point.
does have the advantage as of right now.
Big
Hand of
fight.
Unity is just not budging.
Can you tell me where the
They want the point.
in the options setting to can you go through it right now? Tell me where to turn guild members HP bars on in the options setting. It must be turned off for me. Tell me exactly where to go. Hand of Unity starting to move this fight over towards the Riftstone right now. Sin Nova bunched up on the Rift, but getting
I mean,
pushed
it's
by
too
Hand of
early to say
Unity.
who's getting
A
clapped. Oh, see, look,
wall
they're
of
getting
yellow
we watch now.
coming their way right now.
Oh my
Sin
God.
Nova on the back foot. Dicey goes invisible.
Wait,
with
do we see
Aquarius
Rakas
as
anywhere?
one. It looks like he gets
Rakas is the one that's gonna carry this.
there, moving on
Sin Bleed
over
Rakas.
like that, and it looks like Hand of Unity starting to win out in this engagement right here. Have you
Kara,
found the
I see
setting yet?
Kara. Bro, Sin Bleed
go to
is
settings,
putting in
gameplay,
work.
character.
Bro, I wish
Okay,
we played as a whole guild
settings.
as Sin Bleed.
Gameplay. Okay, character.
Yep, and
the
then
left.
if you scroll down, you'll see friendly player characters. Just turn on name or health, whichever you want. If you scroll down. In character, not in controls.
Okay.
Name. There we go.
Is
Name.
it name on? Okay, off. Health on, I guess. No.
Yes.
Health can be on for friendly players.
On and on. There we go. Boom.
Okay, there we go. There we go. I got it. Perfect. We're good. Now we can see it so much better.
Yeah, I mean, Mountainside is extremely strong here.
It does look like, again, it is
Extremely
back and forth
strong.
right now, but Hand of Unity certainly has a little bit more control of the Riftstone proper. So yellow is, like again, you can see the kill feed on the right side. You see Sin Nova starting to battle back.
He's
a little bit
confusing
more,
us
but
because
look how back and forth
the
that
names
is.
are on the
Chico, I
opposite
think
side
that
of where
is
they're fighting, so they
exactly
just need to
what people
swap
were
swap
expecting,
position here.
when we were all
He should
getting
turn
hyped up for
around.
this in the first place.
Yeah, I honestly think this is definitely the coin flip that people are talking about. You can clearly tell that the fights are going 50-50. Neither side is really like dominantly winning. It's more
Where
like
is
it's going
Rakas,
back
dude?
and
I see
forth.
him.
One
Rakas
minute
is
you
over
see
there.
Synergy Nova winning.
Let's
The
go,
other minute
Rakas.
You see Hand of Unity
Big.
winning. And I do believe that this is all
The
going to
big
come
man.
down to who has the better management of the
Okay,
Riftstone.
okay.
And from what we've seen before,
Rakas going
multiple
crazy right
times,
now.
that Synergy Nova is pretty solid when it comes to like controlling the Riftstone, when it comes to interrupting the caps.
Let's go.
But then again, Hand of Unity is also
Yeah,
of course,
Rakas,
to be,
the GOAT,
like,
the GOAT.
reckoned with, and I do believe they'll be just as
Look at
solid
him.
at
He's
doing these
carrying the
strategies as well.
Mountainside. He's carrying
Yeah,
Mountainside right now.
absolutely. Again, dude, it's really hard to tell who's winning out on this. It does look like that Hand of Unity is starting to plant their feet a little bit and win the small scale skirmishes there. There's Turnos over there, who got so mad about me pronouncing his name. It does look like he is here. Hopefully he's happier now.
10 toes.
Spear Dagger Enjoyer, as it were, running around for Hand of Unity. It does look like that Hand of Unity has control of the Wriststone right now, but dang, Sin Nova is back and forth with them. Hand of Unity starting to get some really solid feeds right now, pushing.
Hey, yo,
Sin
thanks
Nova
for the
off. This is
1
important.
month, brother.
18 seconds
Thank you.
on the Riftstone,
Combo.
Shiku.
Yeah, you just love to see how Hand of Unity has always been the kind of guild
My
that
man,
is good
my
at
man.
adapting. Like they, even in matches where you see them like
Okay,
not
8 seconds,
having this
guys.
time initially,
Low key.
or being pushed back initially.
I don't know
time
who's
and
gonna take
time
it
again,
first.
they've
I feel like
proven that
Hand
they're
of Unity
just,
has a
like, really
way better
good at
position right
adapting.
now,
It could
right?
be
Because they're all
itemization
on the
as
right
well.
here.
Maybe
Maybe they can get
have
it.
different builds, but they're just like really
Insta
good at
cap. He's
bouncing
going for the
back
insta
and
cap,
being
yo.
a menace on the battlefield.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Hand of Unity has the upper hand, but again,
Okay.
neither
Oh my
guild
God,
can
big
really
wipe
get
on
this
Nova
cap off.
right
Who
there.
will be the first
On
guild
Sin.
to get the first cap in the grand
Baz
finals?
trying to go for
Baz
cap, but he's
is
getting
going for
interrupted.
it. Hermes is trying to stop him.
Yeah, Hermes
Gets the
kept
CC
stopping
off.
him.
Baz
Baz
goes
about
for
to
it
die.
again. He's losing a lot of health. Takes
Okay.
a heal from his healer right there.
Come on,
Gets
man.
CC'd one more time.
Help
Hermes
him.
is trying to get some help on
Baz
there.
going for the cap.
Strider stepping forward as well.
He's about to
help
cap it.
out.
He's about to
Baz
die
is
too.
very low on health. Ticking
Can he
down
get
to
it?
1%.
Oh
Can he get
my
the
God,
cap?
he almost had
He
it.
goes down
Oh
just
my
before
God,
the
this is
cap
crazy.
is able to go off. He's struck down.
What
right
is
there,
happening?
and no
Relu
cap
going for the cap.
quite yet.
The big man.
Relu, who we just spoke
But he's also
with
gonna die.
in voice, 1% on the health bar, gonna go down.
Wait.
Not gonna be able to interrupt
Oh
it.
my
Finally
God.
gets the interruption
They're dying
right
before
there.
the cap
Hand
goes
Immunity
off.
and Sin Nova going pound
Okay,
for
Hood King.
pound,
Hood King.
tit
You can't
for
stop
tat
Hood
in
King.
this
You
round
can't stop the
right
Hood King,
here.
yo.
Hood King gonna try for the cap.
Yeah,
Finds
can't
the
stop the hit
cap.
code.
Hood King, indeed. Right
Can't stop the
there.
Hood King.
12/7. Their percentage will start climbing. Hand of Unity still has not gotten involved in the Riftstone yet.
Oh
Shiku.
my God.
Yeah, I have to admit, like, both guilds have showcased a very good level of, like,
Yeah.
knowing how to control the
Hood King
Riftstone,
with the
interrupting
Nirma,
time
bro.
and time again. It took quite a minute to actually get the cap going. But then again, Synergy Nova just has that advantage.
Tech,
You
I
just
see
have to give
tech.
it to them. But when it comes to controlling the Riftstone,
I see tech,
when
though.
it comes to
I see tech.
interrupting the Riftstone and taking that initial
Bro, Sin
cap,
Bleed
they just
is
have time
going
and time
crazy
again.
right now. They're
Almost
carrying.
100% of their matches.
Bro,
they've been
Sin
the
Bleed
first
on
to be
top,
able
yo.
to do that.
We got
However,
tech
Hand of Unity right
slamming,
now
we
is
got
showcasing a little bit more dominance.
Rakas
They're
going
finally
crazy.
pushing that percentage
We
down,
got
and
Kara
they
going
seem to have
crazy.
finally gotten the cap
Is
off,
Techie's
and
here?
the percentage is just
Where's
going
Techie's
up.
at?
There we go. Hand of Unity fans are
Oh
happy
my
to see
God,
that.
this
They
is
finally
crazy.
get that cap off right now, and they have more people on this Riftstone.
Bro, this is
Battling
cinema,
back
bro.
now, trying to climb in percentage. Sin Nova now back on
What
top. One
the
more
fuck,
climb.
bro? I don't know
It's
who's gonna win.
25% to
I don't know who's gonna win.
35%. It is neck and neck. That is a rounding error
Oh
when it comes
my
to
God.
percentage on the Riftstone, and neither guild, and this is so important to understand, that at this level of play, neither guild really
This
wants
is-
to commit too many people to the Riftstone. Just one more person on the Rift than your opponent at all points in time. That's all you need. Sin Nova starting to run
Okay.
away with this one.
Sin is
Hand of
coming,
Unity
but
immediately
Hands of Unity has a
responds,
big
and
push
that's
here.
why you see
Bro,
this
he
going
needs to
back
show
and
me a
forth.
little bit more on the
now,
right side, bro. I
Sin Nova's
can't
starting to
see
pull
how many
away
people
a
are
little
coming
bit
in.
more with this, because their strategy, it looks like
can't
it's just
see
a
it, bro.
little bit stronger.
Show me.
And how their statics are playing with one another.
I hate this
It is
POV,
straight
bro.
up how well
I
can
need to
your
see.
individual statics play together.
Yeah,
on
look, they're
Talus.
back.
Both spawn locations are not going to be very interrupted. Both spawn locations are about equidistant from the Riftstone itself. So you're seeing both guilds clash in the middle like this with no real tempo advantage to speak of. It is just straight up, can you target acquire better than your opponent? Baz here standing tall on the Rift, right on the edge here. We'll see if he can catch a heal. Gets pushed in by
Okay.
Vozen. What a gamer. Vozen pushes two people onto the Riftstone right there, and they get immediately wiped. He pushed them straight into a flash wave,
Okay.
and they got blanketed right
Hands
there.
of Unity taking
Beautiful
control here. Kara,
synergy
come on.
from Hand
No.
of Unity coming down right there, and that is the difference. Little plays like that, micro intensive plays like that make the difference on Talus, and now you're seeing Hand of Unity start to climb.
I can't
in that
see the
percentage
people
mark,
at the wall.
reaching the 30% mark for the first time in the match, and holding Sin Nova
Oh my
around
God.
that 50% mark. Shiku.
I mean, honestly, as expected, those two guilds, we already know they were the top level
Okay,
of
Kara's
the
back.
bracket, essentially.
Pawns
and people
holding. I
expected
see you,
them to be in the
Pawns. I
finals.
see you.
And as you said, you can
On the
clearly
edge.
tell why these two guilds made it to the finals. These absolute phenomenal little levels of micro plays where like even tanks contribute to it with pulls or pushes, getting like more people to the flash waves, getting more people pulled into a blob so that they can get like a staff
Okay,
user to nuke
Rakas is
them.
on the
It's
point.
just
He's going crazy.
absolutely beautiful, and they
Oh.
do understand exactly how these plays do matter quite a lot, and I do believe the brawl is just gonna be extremely intense.
Massive
throughout
pull.
the
Oh my God.
entirety of the
No
20
one.
minutes of the
Sin is
fight.
gonna get slapped here.
Yeah, you see
They're getting
back
slapped.
and
They're getting
forth, that kill
slapped.
feed on the right side
They're
of
getting
the screen is
slapped.
getting super
They're getting
intense.
slapped.
Hand of Unity with a big swell.
Sin
onto the
just
point.
got
Huge
slapped,
kill feed
bro.
Come through for Hand of
They're
Unity.
getting
A lot of
absolutely
health bars
smashed.
on the point right now as they swell up to 25 members. Sin Nova knocking on the door of potential victory in the first round right here. 76% on that cap. Hand of Unity starting to plow back the other way on this one, as both guilds showing so much respect for one another. The backlines under a crazy amount of pressure. It is a battle of the flankers. As I start to unpack this a little bit, the front line of both teams looks so good. I don't really
Bro,
have
this is
anything
so
bad to
close,
say,
but
as I
Sin
start to
has the
look at these
advantage with the
backlines,
numbers right
they
now.
are in
I mean,
a lot of
on
trouble,
Talus,
Shiku.
you come back so fast, bro, from the spawn. It's really hard to make massive progress. So I mean, Hands of Unity have to win a lot of fights right now if they're gonna actually get this back.
Hand of Unity does get the upper hand from time to time, but Sin Nova consistently able to come back and basically plow right back through them. Just a quick regroup, a quick adjustment, and they're right back at it again at 84% in climbing, Shiku.
Yeah, I do agree that I will say this. Synergy Nova has time and time again just been showcasing a very good level of being able to, like, I don't even know what they're doing, but they're just really good at like lowering these health bars. In the blob, specifically on the Rift Zone, you always see that they have time and time again proven
the thing is, Hand of Unity gets good control outside of the zone.
Sure, Hand of Unity is doing great.
But the second they enter, Sin is just slapping
them. It's
them.
just like really good at these kind of fights.
However, I do think
this fight is really crucial for
no, it won't work, bro, because one wipe will just lead you to insta-cap the point. It won't be like this back and forth. I don't think that would work, bro.
That might actually.
But I agree on like
increasing
the respawn the longer the fight is. Like you start with no respawn, and after like 10 minutes, you get like 10 seconds, then 20 seconds, then 30 seconds, and it goes up to like a minute or two, right? The respawn. I agree on something like that, but I don't think like 10.
And really, I say it's a flanker diff, but at the end of the day, the healers cannot be understated as well.
Will be much better.
Yeah,
like in New World, yes.
Throne and Liberty carry so much weight. If you can just keep your DPS alive for 2, 3, 4, even 4 seconds longer than your opponents, they can get so much more damage down.
Bro, I just realized.
So ultimately,
have you ever? I don't think I've ever done a war game where nobody got the point. What happens then?
96%.
If nobody gets the point.
Nova looks like they're gonna get the first cap. It looks like Hand of Unity just will not
bad
be able to
for
stop
Hands
them
of
at
Unity. This is really
43%,
bad.
though.
They need to insta get the cap.
It took them about 7.5 minutes to get that cap off, which means Hand of Unity, if they want to come back and win this, is going to need realistically 8.5 to 9 minutes.
Overtime, you think so?
Which, with 12.5 minutes left on the clock, gives them 3
no,
minutes
we
to
need to test that out.
Cap once again. Sin Nova knows
I just realized I've never played the drop
fight,
before.
which means their front line really just needs to focus on not letting Hand of Unity start this cap.
Well, they need to go crazy with the Nirma right now. They need to equip that Nirma ASAP.
Yeah, I do believe, obviously, that Hand of Unity is still having a
chance. Get the collision chance on. ASAP.
They just need that level of swell
get that CC
that they can
on.
actually control and get Hand of Unity off of the Rift Stone. But as I said earlier, Hand of Unity, Synergy Nova, when it comes to target acquisition and the way they are just like really good at holding down the bluff fights, they're not going to give them an easy time. So
we need a cinema emote with your face doing cinema.
Any kind of playstyle that can allow them to finally put that pressure that they need on the Rift Stone, because they do have the time. All they need is just to figure out a way to win these block fights on the Rift Stone.
Yeah, it looks like Hand of Unity really struggling right now as their leadership is not able to get a cap down. We tick down, now we're at 11.5 minutes. We haven't even seen an attempted cap yet, and this is probably intentional. Hand of Unity.
But this is kind of bad for Hand of Unity, man. They need to get the cap.
Going on right now.
They're just getting slapped.
Probably very intentionally.
Relu trying, he's trying.
Relu goes for a cap right there. Peak male performance, as it were, trying to go for that cap on the point right there, and keeps getting interrupted by the front line of Sin Nova.
Hood King going crazy.
Goes down right there.
Hood King going crazy.
Really struggling. This is not
Rakas is going crazy.
11 minutes on the clock as it starts to get a little dicey for them.
Yeah, honestly, like this fight can go either or right now. It's pretty much a 50-50.
Bro, Rakas is holding that mountain like a mad lad right now. Look on the mountain, bro. He's soloing like 10 players right now, bro.
You can see that the raids are just like a lot higher at the moment. Hand of Unity need to somehow stabilize, maybe start like taking into account some itemizations as well, since I'm pretty sure they have stuff prepped, and I'm pretty sure they have a lot of people with different builds as well.
Yo, Rakas is going crazy.
Maybe they're actually trying to give Synergy Nova that kind of thought that, okay, we have the advantage, we can chill here, and then catch them off guard last minute with different itemization that they're not ready for, and in the last couple minutes they could swell up and win this fight.
Ooh, Don Carlos struggling for life right now. Over there, running away.
Hands of Unity has a
Really
good push here.
Struggling right now. Hand of Unity with
Big
a big
push.
swell.
They need to get it
Pushing
now.
him off right now. Relicu
Come
needs
on,
to go for this
Relicu.
cap, and he knows it. He's on top of the point right now. Baz is
Relicu,
trying to
what are
stop
you
him
doing?
on behalf of
Come
Sin
on,
Nova,
man.
and they are doing a great job of it.
You got it.
Guys, I broke
Yes.
down the timer earlier.
Come on.
We're ticking down to that
I know
9.5 minute
I'm
marker.
cheering for Hand of Unity, bro. I
Relicu
want a
knows
good
it.
game,
Pons is
guys.
there to
I
try
need him to
help
cap it.
But Hood King is
Okay,
constantly
Pons, I
stopping
see
him.
you.
Pons goes
Get
for
it,
on the other
Pons.
side of it. Hood
Okay,
King goes
Relicu
to the
and
cover,
Pons, the
stops
double
him.
team.
Look at him run around.
The double
He's got his
team.
counter barrier on. Hood
Yes.
King doing what he can.
No.
He's gonna get the interrupt again. Pons is standing right on top of Relicu, guys. That is very intentional. That's to try to keep him from clicking on his GM right there, so that he can try to mess
Yeah,
up
he's
the
trying to
targeting
take. He's
for
trying to
his
make sure that they
opponent
hit
and
him
help
instead.
Relicu secure that cap on behalf of Hand of Unity.
Oh,
We're
big
gonna
wipe.
tick
Okay,
down
they got it
to
now.
the
They got it now.
9-minute mark
Can
right
Kara
now.
stop him?
Relicu
Kara
is
with the
under
stop.
the gun. He has
Kara, come on,
got to
stop
get
him.
this cap off, Shiku.
Yeah, I definitely believe that they need like to figure out
Oh
something
my
in the parties,
goodness.
because once again, like when it comes to capping, Synergy Nova, as you can see, they're just like really good at interrupting.
They just
I've
can't,
never seen
bro.
a guild at that level of interrupting.
They just
not
insta
only do they interrupt you,
interrupting.
because it's one thing to interrupt, that is like obviously pretty good, but not only do they interrupt you, but they are just really good at just absolutely nuking these people down that are trying to even cap it. However, Hand of Unity seem to be looking better. They seem to be slowly but surely
Okay,
getting
really good going for the cap.
Redstone, so they might actually.
I mean, they
find
have
success
time
as
still. They have
do
time.
have 8 minutes and 30
Eight and a
seconds
half
on the clock.
minutes. If they get the
Hood
cap
King
here,
doing
it's
a
over.
tremendous effort right there. Again, he was the one that got the cap down initially for Sin Nova, and now he's the one preventing Relicu. That is the ultimate battle right there. Look at Hand of Unity. Look out towards the cliff side,
Relicu
guys.
got
They
it? He
control
got it?
that entire
He got
cliff
it.
side
No.
right there.
Wait,
They
how did he
control
not get
closest to the
that?
camera on the right side as well.
How did he
Left
not get
side
that?
is very contested by Sin Nova, but overall, Hand of Unity seems to be winning the
Bro,
overall
come on, I wanna
skirmishes,
sweat,
but
bro. I
at
wanna
the front
sweat.
right here.
Come on,
they
Hands of
are-
Unity.
They can't get this cap down. We're under
Pons,
8
come on,
minutes
bruh.
now.
Help
They
your boy.
still haven't
Help
gotten
your
a cap
boy.
down on this point.
Okay, good
It's
CC from
5
Pons
minutes
right
of
there.
this. Vosen,
Ah, they got it.
the Giga
No,
Chad, can he
no.
do it? No, he gets interrupted.
It
But
has to be
he catches
Relicu.
the heel,
It has
and
to
they
be
knock out
Relicu
all
for the script.
targets. Very importantly for
It has
Sin
to be
Nova,
Relicu.
all the targets
They
are
gets
dead.
it.
No anti-cappers around. Evil steps up and stops him right there. Pons will go down as well. Vosen going for it. Evil stepping up for Sin Nova to try to interrupt that camp. Oh my gosh, Vosen has
my
to back
God,
off
this is rough.
one more time. Once again, and Hand of Unity is thwarted. I thought for sure they were going to get the cap off
Bro,
right there.
it's been
but
so
Sin Nova,
close
with
every
such
time
good
for Hand of
management,
Unity.
we saw them do
Time
this
is
on
ticking, bro. They
Morokai
need
as
to get
well.
the cap
Vosen
on
has
the
stepped
next
up.
minutes or
He's
it's
gonna go
GG.
for yet another
They
cap
need to get
here.
the cap.
We should see Relicu join him in just a moment. There's Vosen, there's Relicu on the other side. They're all standing right on top of one another, but look at their health go down. They got frozen. That shreds their evasion, or at least it used to. Shreds their evasion down pretty hard, and they just immediately get obliterated by the back line. Raid stepping forward and trying to help his front line as
Bro,
well.
where's
Knox
Relicu?
goes
I haven't
for
seen him
cap.
in a
He's not
long
gonna find
time,
it
bro.
either, and Hand of Unity is running out
There
of
he
time.
is. There he
Shiku.
is. Back. Oh, he just got
Yeah,
smashed.
honestly, I like how the right side of like the one.
Bro, they're
standing by
just
the
getting
cliff,
farmed.
They had actually some free time.
Oh my
to
God,
assist in the race,
Sin
but
got wiped.
For some reason, they just kept holding and waiting. I understand that you need that
this is hard.
level of domination on each angle. You need to have people on the right side. You need people holding the cliff and all that stuff. But
Oh,
they
Timeless
were
on
free.
top
They
of him.
Got a very good wipe. They needed
Let's go,
to assist in
Timeless.
the redstone, but for some reason, they
Timeless
just
about to
didn't.
die. That
Even
means,
though
no
right now
comps.
They finally seem to be colliding
Okay,
on the
survived.
redstone, and they might actually find success here as they get closer.
Yeah, it looks like, again, I don't see Relic. I don't see any of the cappers for Hand of Unity. It looks like they've gone to fully skirmish. There's Vosen finally stepping forward, and he immediately gets collapsed on. You're absolutely right. I agree with your assessment, Shiku. They've got to pull more help. They've got to at least get the cap going. Even if they get wiped off for it, they can immediately come back and stop it. But if they don't get this cap going, they're not going to have enough time. They're under 6 minutes now. I fully believe that they could reverse cap this if they can get the cap off. Vosen just gets killed
This is
while
tough,
he's trying
bro.
to get the cap off. And now it's Pons that has to step up. He goes
Pons,
for it now, stepping
come on,
over
man.
the corpse of his guild member. And now he's interrupted as well.
No
Owner
way,
BLC,
bro.
stepping up to be on cap duty now for his guild. Shalakistan doing his best to try to heal people up right there. there, and reinforced pawns is going to go down on the left side of this fight. Turnos running around the side, doing his best on the spear dagger to get as many kills as he can. If we look over at the leaderboard hole, and that cap is rolling right now, it's very difficult to click on Nox right there, who is going for that cap. Finally, they're able to click on him right there. Nox keeps trying, but they're going to get wiped off. Let's take a look at the leaderboards. It's Sin Nova at the top of the leaderboards with Hand of Unity.
Bleed. He's bleed.
The bottom here.
Put some respect on bleed, yo.
Very, very close on both sides. I would assume that it's more Sin Nova focused, mainly because they have the cap on the point. It's Hand of Unity that has to focus on trying to run it down here. They're under 5 minutes. Are we going to even see them cap this, Chiku?
I mean, to be fully honest, I have to admit it's absolutely beautiful to see that since the minute that Synergy Nova has taken control of this Riftstone, not a single cap has happened, and we just gotta give that to them. As much as I want Hand of Unity to win this, you just cannot deny the facts. You cannot deny what you see. Leaderboard speaks volume right now, and not only that, but not a single cap is going through.
Bro, the cap
Hand of
is
Unity
crazy. Stopping every single cap is
to
crazy.
find something going.
Oh
and
my
maybe
God.
we
This is
need
crazy,
the
bro.
caster curse to go through as well to let them cap this.
Bro, the RNG is not with it.
Hand
Wait,
of
there they go, they go.
well.
They got
Onto
it.
the point.
Oh
They
my God,
finally
four
commit
minutes.
to the point
4
with
minutes, and they
30
have so
members.
many.
They fully wiped Sin Nova because that's what it took to get that cap down. And look at them climbing at 2 times the rate right there. 32%.
Oh
Under 4
my
minutes
God.
left on the clock.
Oh my God.
Boy, oh boy, it really is going to come down to the final second. He was not wrong. Hand of Unity finds this cap in the closing moments of this one, and now they
Can
have
they
to
hold it?
climb.
Nah, they're
They
getting
have to
wiped.
basically vie for life on this one. Sin Nova did wipe back in and wipe through most of
It's
Hand
not
of
enough
Unity.
time.
That's a
It's not
big
enough
feed
time.
there for Hand of Unity, though. They step up onto the point. They have more percentage now. They're starting to climb. Shiku, we have a match on our hands.
This is absolutely insane, and not only is it at the last 3 minutes.
Oh
as
my
well,
God,
this
they're
is
climbing.
Definitely the time. If they get this cap,
They're climbing.
going, there
They're
is
climbing fast.
Absolutely no way that Synergy Nova will be able
Bro,
to
they're
get
climbing
control
too
anymore.
fast.
However, will they actually be able to do it? I do believe Synergy Nova have what it takes to hold off this percentage from going higher, but I
this is
do
bad.
also believe that Hand of Unity is basically now in the 50-50 state.
Yeah, it's the coin flip of a lifetime right here. 36% with 3 minutes left on the clock. They absolutely have the time to do this, but I think it's Guardians, Remedies, and Go. Hand of Unity winning a reasonable engage right there, but Sin Nova catching a big feed of 6 people right there. Not good for Hand of Unity. They need to run back and rally onto the stone now. Every member stepping up to do their part as they try to battle back for this one.
No, it's not enough time, bro. It's not enough time.
Sin Nova at a very critical moment is just out.
I think Sin takes
them,
this. Sin
Shiku.
definitely takes this.
Yeah, honestly, this
took
is
way
looking
too long
insane.
to get
I
the
think
cap.
Overall, Synergy Nova is doing also a better time at winning the camping fights. Like you can tell.
Did
that
they
a lot of
use
their
Guardians
people that
yet?
are just camping the portals.
I don't think
They're
Sin
just,
used
like,
Guardians
doing a
right
better
yet.
job
They're just
there.
waiting.
And I think that's holding back Hand of Unity from actually getting on point
They
as
just
well,
can't.
which is sadly not going in their favor. But I do believe there is still enough time. 2 minutes is definitely enough for a big swill to get this win and go to the next round.
Yeah, we saw 30% in under 15 seconds, so I do think that they have plenty of time if they swell very hard, but then you're hoping for a miracle right now on the half of Hand of Unity. Every static basically needs to wipe the enemy static of the enemy guild right now, and that's not what we're seeing. Consistently, we're seeing Sin Nova win in the kill feed right now. Look at the flash waves go across, and I have to think that this is very largely in part due to the fact that Hand of Unity has to have all of their backline threats
They're getting smashed.
standing on
Hand of
the
Unity's
point
getting
right
smashed.
now. Sin Nova knows it. Sin Nova AoEs it, and they are farming them. They waited way too long to get people to try to cap this point. Hand of Unity really struggling in the first round of this one. It was really close there for a while, but I think Hand of Unity, if they had more time to work with this cap, it would be a completely different story. But Sin Nova knows that
It's a
they
GG.
basically
Go
have to
next.
all in.
So, Hands of
they have
Unity gets to
all
pick
in
the next map, right?
now. And when you're all in on such a small cap like this, there's just so
my
much
guess
AoE.
is
There's just-
Sin is
there's-
gonna
there's
ban
nothing you can
Cherno.
do.
If it's
Yep,
not banned
pretty
already.
much. You said it perfectly, and I honestly believe, like in these kind of fights, from my perspective, when you reach that level in which like both guilds are like pretty much equal, and you have these kind of fights, I do believe that majorly it does come down to, or at least to a minor degree, it comes down to which guild has
next game.
the higher amount of arc bosses, as that does play a big factor as well in these fights. So even though Yashiro does not play the biggest factor because coordination matters, target acquisition, all that stuff, even itemization matters. But who has the higher arc bosses as well definitely plays a role.
Yeah, I think that honestly, both guilds probably have a crazy amount of arc boss weapons at this point. I mean, if you're in the top guild and you really want one, they end up paying for it. Sinova exerting their dominance with 10 seconds to go. They will go up 1-0 on Hand of Unity, and they got to choose the map this time. So you have to imagine that Sinova won this match because they prepared it more than any other match. Hand of Unity was not quite prepared for what Sin was going to throw at them there, but this time it's going to be Hand of Unity that gets to choose. Techie with the
so
rank 1
Tech,
damage,
Sin bleed.
4.39 million damage done by a spear dagger, 74 kills. Big shout out to this guy, 69 kills. Nice. Look who has the highest damage in the lobby. I mean, highest damage taken in the lobby, 1.4 million.
We got old Sentinel in there. Let's go.
Jeppa Stone Temps from Hand of Unity, a staff dagger. Actually, there's got to be more than that. There's no shot. 1.7 right here from Numi from Sinova. It looks like 1.7 million will be the highest in the lobby for damage tanked. Damage shield 9.3 million from Rave there, 11.2 million. Crazy from Kokelu, and he's been performing all tournament long for Hand of Unity. 11.2 million is an insane amount to be healing. 10.3 million from Numi as well. Honorable mention there, but Kokelu gonna be the highest healer in the lobby. That first match sets the tone, Shiku.
Yeah, I have to admit though, like, even though this obviously was a very important match to win, as it's the first match, and it does put a lot of pressure on the losing side, we need to also remember that this was Synergy Nova's pick. You kind of expect, like, in when these two guilds, top level guilds, are fighting.
I mean, the next one is going to be really important.
You kind of do expect by default that you will win it. So maybe Hand of Unity has something cooked. Maybe now that they're going to be picking the map, maybe they'll have something ready as well to get to that third match.
Sin is going to ban Chernobog if it's not banned already.
Nova did showcase a very high level of dominance there.
Yeah, I think that Sin Nova, well, I mean, dominance, yes, but I think I'm most impressed with the Sin Nova frontline, and I've been saying this throughout the tournament. Against Greed, we saw it highlighted the most. Sin Nova's frontline is really carrying them as a guild and an organization. They kept them from getting that cap until, what was it, the 4.5 minute mark on the clock like that. It took forever. It was almost 10 straight minutes. They weren't even able to start a cap, and I think the match looks a lot different if Hand of Unity gets that cap off way sooner. They have more time to work with it. They don't have to all in so quickly. Sin Nova looks much more dominant when you're able to basically, you know what your opponent has to do to win. They don't have enough time. Everyone has to stack onto the point. That means that you can just AoE everyone. You know where they have to step.
I'm really excited to see which map they're picking.
We just win by default. So, like, knowing what your opponent is going to do is so important there.
Which
it looks
maps
like round 2 is
Sin is
ready.
banning.
If we look at the pick ban for round 2, it does look like that Hand of Unity chose to pick the map. No surprise there. Sin Nova banned. Talus cannot be played anymore. Okay, so that map is out of the pool. Chernobog is banned.
Yeah, I knew it.
Kawazan is banned. Malakar is banned. And the choice is Azrael.
No way,
Hand of Unity thinking this is their home map right here. We
this
saw
is a 50-50.
So much comfort on
this is a 50-50. I mean, both guilds are really good at this, but I think I'll give it to Sin here.
And both times they were overwhelmingly dominant. They understood exactly how to handle basically every single situation that's going to come at you. But Azrael, a very back and forth map, and as we've seen in the tournament so far, Shiku, I expect these guilds to understand in war games for Azrael, guys, really the huge difference is the spawn location. So Shiku, you'll be in charge of the spawn camper camera in this match, if you will, for us, because like there are 2 spawns that are significantly better than the third spawn, guys. And so if you're taking the third spawn,
I mean, their spawn is good
at the end
if
of the
you're
day,
getting smashed.
Right, or you're grouping up for a big push. But if you're respawning and consistently running back to the fight from that upper spawn, you're going to lose. And so I expect both guilds to understand that here. And so I think that I'm wondering how many resources they're actually going to commit to camping that lower spawn, Shiku.
Yeah, honestly, obviously, like as we've seen multiple times before, camping the first camp and the second camp is definitely pretty crucial in these fights, especially on Azrael. I'm pretty even surprised by this pick, but then again, Chernobog was banned, which I thought was going to be the map we're going to see. But since it got banned, I see why they couldn't get that, but then again, Azriel is definitely out of pocket for me because Synergy Nova, in my experience from what I've seen during all these fights, they seem to be doing a better job at the spawn camping. They do have the better parties for that, and that's where the difference is gonna occur. But then again, who knows? Maybe Hand of Unity does have something cooked, as at the end of the day, they chose this map.
Hands of Unity beat Sin on this map on the last second.
Of winning one map almost guaranteed.
I think I have the clip somewhere.
Azriel is the map that I would say that Hand of Unity would win.
Let me move my face.
So they're going for
so it's gonna be
in this round right here. Sin Nova, I think
it will.
Got their comfort.
I don't know how well they play or practice after that,
practiced it many times,
but they have
again,
beat
really
Sin before on this map.
To one another, but they have here. Looks like our final players are getting ready to join the lobby here. Do you think that Hand of Unity is going to be able to bring this one back?
I generally do hope so. I do see, as you saw, the swelling was pretty good. It's just that because the area was so tight, as you said it before multiple times, and I've also said it, Synergy Nova is just much better with the front line. The front line is really solid. They're really good at interrupting, and they're really, really good at taking down targets in these tight-knitted blobs. They just have really solid players at the AoE side of things. But now when you have a bigger area where there's a better split happening in the vicinity, that might actually take away that power that is in the hands of Synergy Nova.
There is some crazy copy pastas going on in the chat right now. No, I completely agree with you. I think it could go either way. We're going to take one look at our sponsors while we're waiting for the final people to join this lobby. Throny is a Guild Alliance app that helps you organize
all right, chat. Either this is going to be the last game
Let's take a look at
of the day, or we might get a third game. And I'm hoping we get a third game. I really hope this is not the last match.
Automate your guild and alliance management with our new Discord bot. Easily integrate member profiles into the Throny ecosystem with just one image upload. Simple, efficient, and seamless. Automate attendance tracking with custom server events. Create static war parties with our war party dashboard.
Alright, Throny, yeah?
Fairly with our intuitive DKP
big Throny, big.
Post items, manage requests, and track points all in one place. It's loot distribution made easy. You get a sneak peek at our upcoming dynamic events feature, a sign-up sheet that automatically integrates a user profile to give you the composition. Learn more about your guild with our detailed statistics of your members with a simple command. Plus, stay on top of member updates with our handy /reminder.
That's pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty nice.
Throny is the ultimate tool.
Somebody needs to pay to win Throny for the guild, yo.
Invite Throny to your server today and take your guild to new heights.
All right, remember guys, Throny is an alliance organizer app. It's really easy for members. You just take one snip and the bot uploads the rest. You just take a screenshot of your gear, paste it into the bot.
Maybe
boom, it does
the last game
for you all through
Sin,
Discord. It'll take
win.
attendance for you. It'll manage statics for you.
Sin
it saves you
is gonna win
of hours a month as an alliance lead, and only one guild in your
rhymes,
alliance really needs to have it in order for all 4 guilds to use it, which is fantastic.
Wait, I forgot to bet,
for 2
bro.
weeks for free. If you don't believe me, try the 2-week trial and then use code Blue Squadron for 15% off for
forgot to put a
your
bet
first
in
3 months with the application. A massive shout out for them and Icon Digital for both sponsoring the tournament. You can't put on big tournaments like this without sponsors, guys, and they have done it. Otherwise, the money just comes right out of my pocket, which is what I was prepared to do initially. Fortunately, though, we got these sponsors, and they help tremendously with it. It does look like the lobby is ready to go for this one. Sin Nova versus Hand of Unity
starting,
on Azriel. The queue is go, and it looks like we're going to get into the very first match. Our very second
might be the last game of the day
of our grand finals match.
If Sin goes crazy.
Azriel, guild's already starting to spawn in. I'm gonna flip over to the live stream immediately. Shiku, this is going to be a heated one. I think it's gonna be an all.
Oh, F. Please don't sell me. It's my internet again.
All-out brawl on the Riftstone. I don't think we're gonna see people grouping up very much.
Let me just refresh, just in case. Refresh that. Yeah.
Over. It's game over. They need to win this one, and they know that they're the ones on the losing side right now, which leads me to assume they will just fight till the end.
Man.
Yeah, Hand of Unity actually caught in this choke right now. A lot of them going down. But look at that kill feed for Hand of Unity. Oh my goodness. Yellow all up in that kill feed right there as they move onto the Riftstone and dominate the first engagement right there. But Sin Nova striking back, looking awful red.
Where's
on the
my boy
backside of
Rakas
this one. Just under 4 minutes on the clock before the Riftstone actually opens up, and both guilds already posturing into the courtyard. They know how important those spawn locations are over there. Shiku, is there much action?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there was a little bit. You could just see Synergy Nova just running around, just completely dominating these points.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. You have, again, 1 or 2 statics designated from both guilds normally to handle that. Hand of Unity a little too clumped up right now. We'll see if Sin Nova able to capitalize on that.
Sin is controlling the point.
Their name is Hand of Unity, so, you know, unison. In Unity, there is strength, as the Protoss would say in StarCraft 2. Hand of Unity looks like they're better postured to take the Riftstone initially here. Sin Nova really struggling to get through the choke point, despite the fact that they're trading relatively evenly with Hand of Unity in the field here.
Really
if we take a look at the leaderboard, you see Hand of Unity actually with the top members in this match. We did not see that in the last match there, so clearly Hand of Unity playing much more strongly in this one. Perry, look at that, jumping up on that small high ground right there. That gives him just a slight advantage over his opponents. It gives you more hit when you're on a high ground as opposed to a low ground here. So Sin Nova finally moving, but conceding the outer or the inner courtyard here rather, as they try to push in and collapse down onto Hand of Unity. But this Hand of Unity offense ball just refuses to die.
Yeah, you just really like to see, though, like, as we mention all the time, camping the side is very important, but at the same time, you can tell that Hand of Unity
2.5 minutes until cap starts.
They realized they were losing outside the whole time. They started, like, they completely stopped spawning here. They waited until their parties were fully ready, and then they spawn in full mass and just completely and utterly dominating the spawn point, which is really good to see on their end.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock before the Riftstone even opens up, and there's been more action in this map, I feel like, than we see in most other maps. It's just both guilds.
Griffin the GOAT, come on, I see you.
Look at this left side, guys. Look at this bunch of Sin Nova over on
Throw
the left
those
side of your screen.
Nova is dominating
Bosun finally
now.
interrupts them, but like that's a bunch of backline players.
Unity is getting clapped right now.
Free firing onto Hand of Unity. Beautiful positioning, and you'll notice on this right side, you see Hand of Unity. Contrary to that, their backline is in a lot of trouble, and you can see that reflected in the kill feed here. Look at Sin Nova start to win out in that kill feed. That's exactly what I mean. And look at the rotation from this backline from Sin Nova. Absolutely beautiful. Constantly keeping themselves safe. Hand of Unity's flankers just nowhere to be found in here. As you see a lot of Hand of Unity out on Shiku's stream. Shiku, what's going on out there?
Seems like Hand of Unity is just going for a more, basically they're gathering up essentially, and they're trying to like clean out outside and then come in full force, which seems to be what they're planning to do. But I don't think it's pretty smart to just like give them free reign on the Riftstone. But at the same time, who knows? Maybe they find success outside and maybe they actually come in full force and get a full wipe there.
I felt like they were winning. They had advantage over Hand of Unity in here, and then
I think Nova is just holding that choke, bro. It's really bad.
There are outside guys.
They're hard holding the choke
right there. Just too many players outside the rift, giving Sin Nova full control. Now you have to funnel through this little choke. Look at them get caught up. Do you think that Sin Nova can't control this choke? This is not what you want to see. 30 seconds before the Riftstone starts. I'm not sure why Hand of Unity decided to back up here. They were winning on the leaderboard. They were winning in positioning. They were winning in the skirmish. They had control of the rift, and they just pulled all of their members out for seemingly almost no reason here. Sadly, but Hand of Unity really securing that spawn out there as well. But and they're trying to work their way into the courtyard here. But now it's Hand of Unity. You see this on this left side over here.
But can they make the plays? It's open. The cap is open.
It looks like the cap is going to go down. I'm going to go there and watch it. Reliku's going to try to interrupt it, but he gets killed. He does get the interrupt down.
Oh my god,
and now
nobody's stopping him, bro.
Going to get that down unless Perry can see him, which he cannot. Baz is going to get that cap off for free, which is bad news for Hand of Unity.
This is not looking
a lot
good.
Of percentage
this
being
is not looking good for Hand of
Unity. Sin Nova here. Again, I think it was a huge blunder by Hand of Unity to pull outside that choke point. Really put them on the back foot here, Shiku.
Yeah, I definitely believe that conceding that point was possibly the worst decision made here. Like, I understand they were not having the best time. I understand they were slightly on the losing end, but they definitely should have tried to continue bringing that momentum up and then eventually secure it. But now that they completely conceded the point, pretty much all of it, it's gonna be really hard to get in there. As you said, like, this is Synergy Nova they're fighting. It's not like a guild that is just gonna let you walk through a choke point for free. And not only that, but you also lost the outer point. You fully gathered outside and you lost it somehow.
Oh no, Shiku. Hand of Unity is spawning from point 3. Oh,
I mean, to be fully honest, you see, I hate point 3. I do agree it's terrible, but they're just not finding any success at point 1 and 2. That leads me to assume
they're
that's
getting
their only
slapped in the
choice right
choke.
now.
They
They're
have
just
to go
backed in the
3.
corner.
Well, again, they were doing just fine before. I don't know why they pulled out. I think the shot caller knee-jerked. Maybe he died. He got tilted. That is something that you face as well when the shot caller gets tilted. Oh, we lost a member. Fell down off the side of the map over there. But that's not what
they
you
have
want
to
see right there. If
the
you're
choke is
flying
just
in, this is a concession of defeat.
You can't do
guys.
anything with the choke.
That's what this means. There's 18 minutes left on the clock. You cannot be flying in like this unless it's for a regroup.
But I really hope
they're
Hand of
flying in and just
Unity is
landing.
not contesting the point on purpose.
That run distance is 2 times
I really
as
hope
long
that's what they're
as
doing.
the other run distance, and you land with
if-
absolutely no stamina at all. Both
Maybe
shot
they're
callers
cooking
should
right
know
now.
that,
Maybe they're just
Hand of Unity
cooking.
definitely knows that.
Look.
Currently they're
Sin is
putting
not.
enough
Look.
boots
Sin
on
is
the
not
point
letting
to
them
make
have
it work, but
take
they're
the
all
point.
coming
Sin
from
is not taking the
1
point
over
because
there. You can see them running through here.
they're doing it on
and they're
purpose.
actually making the difference on Sin Nova right now. Sin being
No,
forced to
this
pull
is a
back
fight
onto
for
the
who's
point.
gonna
We
look.
should
Look.
see Hand of Unity start
Hand
to
of
spawn,
Unity
at points
wants
1
Sin
and
to take
2.
the point, but Sin
Instead
doesn't
here,
want to
if they
take the
wanna
point
have a
right now.
chance at coming back, and this
So
one
it's
is
just a
11-11,
fight
12
right
to
now.
11, but yet we still have not seen a cap go
Okay,
down.
maybe
for
Sin will
Hand
go
of
for the
Unity
cap?
at all, Shiku.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I have to.
I
admit
think
from
Sin is
their
just delaying,
perspective,
right?
this is
Because
definitely
Hand of Unity wants Sin to
possibly
take the
most
point.
demoralizing outcome because
They
let's be
wanted to
real,
take the
only
point,
did you lose
but
the
they're
first
not
map,
taking
which,
it.
to be fair, was not their pick. But now it's your pick, and it doesn't seem good at all. So I can only imagine how demoralizing this not only for the members but also for the shot callers, which could definitely lead to bad calls and bad positioning, and maybe some rushed decisions as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a really tough position because you've given Sin Nova's backline essentially a free ride into winning this one. You see the flankers from Hand of Unity actually coming in from the side over there. The healer doing what they can. Yellow doing what they can over there to try to keep them healthy as they collapse down and try to keep Sin Nova from controlling this choke. It does look like a fair amount of Hand of Unity have made their way onto the point.
They're just waiting.
To their credit,
They're not going for the point. They're not even going for the point. You can see it, obviously.
Capping this thing. Look how long it's taking them. Sin Nova has had this cap for basically the entirety of this 3.5
Hand of Unity's not even
here.
going for the cap,
Sadly,
bro.
None of the tanks from Hand of Unity. There's Nox right there running forward. We'll see if he can get to the point to try to get a cap down. But we have not seen Hand of Unity actually get a cap down, despite the fact that they have far more members on the Riftstone. They would have capped this by now. So that's a good sign from them. To be fair, they absolutely would have capped this if they were participating. But sadly, where are the cappers for Hand of Unity?
This is
Where
an interesting
are you
play.
guys?
This is
What
just
are we doing?
the
I'm not
problem
sure
right now.
Exactly what Hand of Unity's play here is. They're out skirmishing Sin. They finally get position
Hand of
on the
Unity
Rift,
is gonna
and
tell everybody
there's
to
no
run
front
out.
line. Where
Watch
are
now, watch
they,
now, watch now.
Shiku?
All of Hand of Unity is gonna run
Yeah, I
out
gotta
now to
admit,
let
like,
Sin
this
get the
is
cap.
not looking good for Hand of Unity at all. I don't want to call it
Look,
off on
look,
them
look, look.
just yet, as they're still
They're all
having
running out.
15
They're all
minutes on the
running
clock,
out.
essentially almost 16 even. So I don't want to call this off yet, but it looks like they are crumbling under this pressure, and it just seems like they're not finding ways to succeed and pretty much getting any momentum going.
Bro, Sin
And even
is
on the
not-
spawn, they're just
don't want the
losing those
cap.
points
They're
right
just
now.
waiting.
Sometimes they get these few small wins, but then Synergy Nova is just really good at countering back and clapping.
The thing is,
Yeah, I think that this has to
He
be almost
needs-
intentional from Hand of Unity. They're very intentionally not taking the point here. There's no way that they're not able to dive through. I've seen Nox step near it a few
it is
times.
basically
There's
a
Ghost
chess
off in
play
the
right
corner,
now, right?
over
Because
there
Hand
as well,
Unity
and he's
wants
not
Sin to
even
take the
looking at
point.
cap. He doesn't
Sin is
care.
countering.
Granted, he's
They're all
going
fighting.
down,
Sin is running
right
out
there, but,
early.
like, Sin Nova,
It's just a back and forth
actually
right now.
really struggling to get this cap off again, because Hand of Unity, they would have capped this if they were participating in this. They would have it by now. With the amount of domination that they've had on the Riftstone
that's
so
not
far,
true.
they absolutely would have had the
That
higher
is not
percentage.
true.
It
Look,
looks
look,
like
they're
gonna
running out. They're
relinquish
running out on
control one more
purpose.
time, and Sin Nova's going to take over. But you have to think that this is probably part
Bro,
of the plan.
Hands of
I
Unity
think
is
that they want
throwing.
to reverse cap this.
When he tells people to
intentionally.
go out
Like,
of the
they
point,
want
they're not
Sin
going
Nova to
out.
take it initially, but they don't want him to take it right away. Right Right now, there's only 5 people from each guild on the Riftstone, but Sin Nova looks like they're going to run away with it with only 1 person on the Riftstone. Both guilds, neither one wants to really sacrifice their positioning overall out in the field.
Okay, they got it finally now.
It, no surprise there, but
Oh
again,
my god, who was that? Was that Haru?
This has to be intentional. There's no way. This is their home.
Why
map.
did he take
they
it,
must
bro?
know
Actually,
that they need to wait for a certain minute mark to try to get in, to try to move in and take a cap here, which is extremely risky against Sin Nova, in my opinion, because getting a cap off is really hard against this frontline, Shiku.
Yeah, I definitely, if you look at my position, like you can clearly tell as well that Synergy Nova is just not giving them any good time in gathering up. Like by the time they're trying to gather up, they already are either dead or just losing a lot of HP. And the funniest part is you're just fighting stragglers, essentially. 3 to 4 people are just giving them an absolute hard time and forcing the entirety of the guild to spawn here. Like, look at this. How many people are flying in? It's absolutely insane.
Bro, this is not looking
Sin
good.
Nova
But I think Kansas Unity has a play here
That's what
still.
I'm
They still
saying,
have a
dude.
play. They're waiting.
If you spawn at that spawn, you are conceding defeat. You cannot spawn up there. You need to make sure you can secure a lower spawn. It's okay to group up there, but you can't spawn up there. Pons and Vozen, the point capper is going to go down here as Hand of Unity looks like they're fully backing off to regroup on the stairs.
Bro,
over
it's
here,
not
Clowns
looking good
looks
for
like
Hand of
he's
Unity.
caught out on the low ground. He's going to go down.
Come
but
on,
Hand of Unity
man.
looking for a big
We
engage
wanted a
from the
good
stairs
fight here.
And then
Please.
what we will probably see here,
Do something.
is
Wake
they will
up.
probably
Wake up.
engage from the stairs, and then anyone that dies spawns point 1 and runs in behind Sin Nova. Sin Nova looking down.
This is the
at
play they're
this
gonna
fight
do now.
from below down there as they both guilds square off in what could be the last round of this tournament, the very last war game of this tournament. The Sin Nova users are sitting pretty. They own the Riftstone. They're up 1-0 on Hand of Unity, and with 12.5 minutes left on the clock, they are sitting in the driver's seat of this match. There's the go button. Hit from Hand of Unity. They fly down. That's the correct way to approach this courtyard. Exactly as I've said it many times. Vosen, Relicu, and Perry, the first ones to engage. Hand of Unity.
Big fight.
diving in. The
This is the
Flakers
fight
getting
for
onto
the
their
W.
targets, but on their backline is a lot of Sin Nova, and their backline's in a lot of trouble. They're having to peel back and try to help them. Disaster strikes on behalf of Hand of Unity right there. A really solid looking engage. We should see them reinforced though from the low ground.
Okay, I
as
see
their
a
front
Rakas.
line seems
Rakas
to have
going
held up
crazy.
really well. Their backline kind of fell apart, but that's okay because they will just come right back to the fight from the lower spawn point here. Hand of Unity really struggling to get onto the Riftstone. They need to go get a cap off right now. I'm not sure. Now I'm starting to question if whether they're just not moving toward the cap, Shiku. I don't know what to say.
It's a fight for the choke.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
honestly,
what it
you
is.
just gotta admire
They
how
wanna
Synergy Nova
control
is,
the
like,
choke.
playing this. Like, despite the fact that they're spread all around,
They wanna control the
just, like,
choke.
really good. You can just clearly tell that these people have practiced a dozen times. They played together like for pretty long time as well, and you can clearly tell that they're just moving accordingly. Target acquisition is really good. The CCs are not just being thrown
But they
out
can't.
for
Hand of
absolutely
Unity
no
doesn't have
reason.
the power
And
to
not
control
only
the
that,
choke.
they're just like
They
putting
need
insane
to go for
pressure
the cap
on the
here.
spawns as well. It is just a diff at this point. I don't know what is going on in Hands of Unity. They have showcased a much better fight on Talos, and now that they're even fighting on the map that they chose, it is looking much worse than the map that you didn't choose.
Like, where are the cappers for a Hand of Unity?
Yo,
They haven't
we
even
should add
touched
a
the point where
disaster
they
final,
know.
bro. Disaster
are they
versus
aware
Sin
that
was
they
the
need to
final.
come get a cap down on this point? Like they.
Can we
I
get
feel
a
like
Hand of
even when
Unity
they
versus
did
Disaster?
engage and they're out
To see who's
skirmishing
the
with
second
Nova,
best
which
guild?
does happen. They're not even making the effort to walk toward the rift as if they're not communicating with one another, which is uncharacteristic. I'm not exactly sure what's happening right now. Hand of Nova finally looking like they're spawning.
Hand of
on the low
Nova?
ground,
Did he
running
say
through
that?
There's a big battle in that choke point over there. I'm trying to keep
Hand of
vision on
Nova
this
is
rift. as
crazy.
We should see their front line start to move over towards this rift at some point, but you see Vosen just kind of wandering around in the choke point over there and just dying for free. That's not what you want to see for Hand of Unity. Where are their critical members that need to come over and get this cap, Shiku?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, judging from my perspective, since I've been watching a lot of small-scale skirmishes and 1v1s and all that stuff outside, I have to admit, like, I've said this multiple times, Synergy Nova, with their experience from Korea, they just have always been a menace when it comes to itemization. And in these fights, you can clearly tell that they're just, like, really strong. 1v1s, they are dominant. Small scale, they're dominant. And mass PvP, they're also pretty dominant. They've always been these pisky players. This is what I used to call them all the time. They're just like really pisky that you just have a very hard time taking them down.
Well, look at this. Here's Pons right here. That's one of the cappers right there, guys. And he's just wandering around.
Pons, what are you doing?
Right, standing right next to him. They're intentionally not taking the cap here as we tick down to 9 minutes. Finally, one of the cappers comes over to try to start capping this for Sin Nova, but two of their cappers are basically on union break. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing right
roasted.
now. They're failing the guild right now. At least one of the cappers moved over to try to get something done. I have to imagine that that was Relu. Yeah, there he is. He's trying to do his best to try to get onto the point now with only 8.5 minutes left on the clock. There's Relu going. Now Vosen is here to help him. I guess I should probably help my guild master as Relu starts to fall down. He loses his shield. His healer is nowhere in sight.
Smashed.
He's gonna go down. Where did Pons go? Who knows? Vosen now trying to go for a cap now, and you can see how much they're struggling to get this cap down. Now they've waited way too long for this, Shiku.
Yeah, I honestly think.
I mean, it's enough time. If they can get the cap, it's enough time.
There is still 8 minutes on the clock. I'm really hoping they have like one big push plan with all the guardians, the remedies.
Where is Hand of Unity?
Match. I just refuse to believe that the tournament, the finals of the tournament between Synergy Nova and Hand of Unity would end like this.
This is
Oh,
tough.
there's Nox. He's the other capper. It's Nox that finally comes up for his first attempted cap of the entire fight. He has finally done his job. Here's Vosen diving over.
Come on, Vosen.
Here's Baz here to stop him.
Get the cap,
Here's
bro.
Haxley here to stop him. Dicey here to stop him as well. And they just shred them down. It's really cool that it seems that Sin Nova has 2 or 3 staff players that are designed as tank killers. Their whole build, their whole loadout is tank killer. And their only job is to basically just sit there, and anytime someone's to cap the point, someone comes to cap the point, their tank in their group basically just CCs them, like Baz, for example, tries to CC them, and if he doesn't do that, the stats just blow them away. And that's exactly why Sin Nova has such good point control, is their backline is helping with the front line. It's not just a tank battle, it is the backline from Sin Nova reinforcing this fight. There's Pons
okay, Pons, come on, man.
He's gonna try to cap as
you got this, bro.
He's going to fail. And again, this is Hand of Unity, huge blunder, because for the first, like, I don't know, like, dude, the point was open. They actually had the opportunity to come over toward the point at any point. There's Relu finally going for some caps on the point as well. Pons there with him as well, trying to
That was Rakas, right? That was Rakas.
They had so much time.
Rakas with a massive pull.
Health bars are here. They have outskirmished Sin Nova.
I see you, Rakas.
Basically full wipe them. They can't get this cap off. Owner BLC gonna keep it down. Here come the respawners from Sin Nova running back to the fight now, and it's Pons running out of health. Owner is CC'd. Pons is gonna have to back off right now, and he's just not gonna catch a heal. His healer is nowhere to be found. A healer caught lacking right there, letting the tank go down. Tisk tisk like that. Not a good thing, but Hand of Unity controlling the choke right now and controlling the skirmish right now, unable to get this cap initiated. I want to be clear, they're winning right now in like the skirmish. But again, here comes Vosen to get that cap. He gets interrupted immediately right there by Baz. And he's going to try to go for yet another cap after it comes off cooldown. Here he's going to try one more time. He puts on his power barrier. Here
you have it on.
He's going to try on the other side of it. And guess who's there to stop him? It's
needs to use provoke.
The CC doesn't go off. Finally gets CC to gets frozen. Tries for another cap.
They need to provoke when they're going for the cap,
they're
bro.
They're starting to get desperate now. They're trying to keep them like Sin Nova from clicking on Nox. Look at his health bar go down now as the staffs get here. Pons trying to cap from the other side now. They're in full desperation mode as their strategy was to try to cap this at the last minute.
They haven't gotten
and
a
now
single
they're realizing
cap,
that was
bro.
a dog water strategy, because Sin Nova can keep you from capping for so long. 5 minutes left on the clock, and Nox is like, boss, we may have wanted to cap this a little bit sooner, Shiku.
Yeah, I honestly think it's pretty important to stress how good Synergy Nova is at this. I don't think a lot of people that are watching this understand that these are two top level guilds making it to the finals at that.
This is
And
tough,
Hand
bro.
of Unity for the past God knows how many minutes now just cannot seem to get a cap off. That is how solid
It's-
Synergy Nova is.
Bruh,
at
I was
interrupting.
hoping for
They
a
have
really good fight.
Every single player in the roster that is capable
But
of
Sin
interrupting. And
is
not
just
only interrupting,
clapping.
but also the amount of damage that they dish out. And as you said earlier, they have
Tech
people
just going
dedicated
crazy. I
for
see
the tanks,
Rakas
especially
is going
staff
crazy.
users that are just dedicated for the tanks that are just
Representing
absolutely
Bleed, you know,
wiping
this is
them.
going crazy,
and I do
bro.
believe people need to understand that this is insanely like hard to
Oh
achieve
my
unless you're a
goodness.
really, really good guild and you have definitely worked pretty hard to achieve this level of domination.
Yeah, Hand of Unity made a big push onto the Rift there where they were dominating Sin Nova, and they still couldn't get a cap off because Sin Nova's just anti-cap is just too strong. That's the story of the tournament. They just can't get caps off on the Rift because they keep getting CC'd. Now Hand of Unity is starting to realize as that we tick under the 4-minute mark now, their strategy really
I see
bit them
Griffins
in the
casting
butt
those
here.
spears.
I think
Let's
we're
go.
just sacrificing everything. They intentionally did not cap the Rift for, 10-15 minutes, and then finally started capping at like the 8-minute mark or so, and it's just too late at that point. Sin Nova can just move the fight over to you and just prevent you from capping. I'm not sure why they would attempt a strategy like that in this tournament. You can see that they've stopped spawning from point 3 for the most part, just a couple stragglers
Easy,
coming in
50
now,
bucks
and they are
each.
doing their best, but like
For Sin,
they're
let's
just getting
go.
shredded. Pons is going to go down one
Best
more time,
EU
and I
guild.
don't see anyone else
Easy
here
clap.
to pick up the mantle for him. They're just getting shredded down, Shiku. They're running out of time.
Yeah, I honestly think Synergy Nova has just like been doing a phenomenal
Damn.
job at holding the fort down right now. I do believe
I did
that Hand of
not
Unity
think it was
still
gonna be this
kinda has the
one-sided.
time, but they need to have a miracle happen. They just need a very big wipe to
this is
happen,
rough.
and that's the only way they'll be able to take this down.
Well, dude, on their home map, this is Hand of Unity's best map. Sin Nova is going to prevent them from even getting a cap off on their home map. Absolutely 100% dominated, outplayed, so much better. Sin Nova looks
Sin on
today
top,
of
yo.
all days to come out. They're going to be crowned. There is no stopping them
easy.
at this point. Hand of Unity literally practices this map almost every single day. They came in, they overthought the strategy for this one. They said, okay, we're gonna let them cap, and then we're gonna come back in, and then we're gonna flip it, and then they're not gonna have enough time to flip it back. They overthought it. They couldn't get the cap down. Their front line underestimated how much damage they were gonna be able to do, or they even worse, neglected the point altogether. As time ticks under 2 minutes, that is game. They can't even get, there's no chance that they can come back at this point. They're gonna get 2-0'd, Shiku.
Yep, it seems like Hand of Unity is still trying to get whatever they can get going for the last 1 minute and 43 seconds. The fights seem to
This is
still be going
rough.
pretty heavily on Synergy Nova's end, and I do not think Hand of Unity has a chance here anymore. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Yeah, sadly, the front line from Hand of Unity letting the guild down, just unable to make anything happen. Tank diff. Plain and simple. It is a front line
It's
diff.
rough.
At
It's
the
rough,
end
man.
of the day, Sin Nova's front line and tank busters and their parties, their campers, their anti-cappers are
I don't
just
understand.
that
When he's
good
going for the
against
cap,
every
why is
opponent.
nobody
Against Greed,
using
we saw it. Against Disaster,
Provoke?
we saw it as well. Sin Nova's strategy and their point control has been the best that I have seen worldwide. That's North
Like,
America.
all of the other
included.
tanks should be
We did
using
not
Provoke.
see cap control that was this good. Nox gonna try for it one more time, but with 50 seconds left on the clock, Sin Nova knows they are the rulers of EU. 54 guilds. It's Sin Nova left standing at the top of the mountain for the largest tournament that Throne and Liberty is likely to ever see. Shiku, what a finish.
Yeah, honestly, I did not expect this at all. I thought at
GGs,
least we'd make it
man.
to the finals with 3 games. I thought Hand of Unity would put up a bigger fight, especially that they picked this map as well themselves. But
I'm ready
as
for
we've been
that-
saying
for the
whole
interview.
time,
Yo, I actually
think
want a
Synergy
loser
Nova
interview
has
too.
Pretty much defined the
I wanna
meta
hear.
of how to play the Rift Stones and how to interrupt people that are capping. And I do believe their VODs need to be reviewed by every guild that wants to be good at
GGs.
GBGs.
GG! It's Sin Nova 2-0 2 in the grand
Look at
finals.
that.
They didn't even
Tech
make it
is
look
just
close.
farming, bro.
What a beautiful performance from the boys in Sin Nova. We need a synergy emote, or I mean a cinema emote. You can't spell cinema without sin. Verante, 2.5 million damage, 78 kills in the lobby, highest kills in the lobby. Techie, highest damage in the lobby. Techie again on a spear dagger. The crossbow dagger with the most kills in the lobby at 2.5 million damage is a crossbow diff right there. Who had the highest damage tanked in the lobby? Let's see it. 1.3 million from Hermes from Hand of Unity. Seems to be the highest right there. Who has the highest healed in the lobby? 8.5 million from Cruel Irony. Ooh, is 8.5 million the highest? It is the highest. 8.5 million from Cruel Irony.
What?
Good
No
thing
stat
that
padding?
nobody
Come on,
seemed
guys.
to crash on either side. Ooh, 9.2 million from Marco right there.
Come
so
on,
Marco
man.
taking home the title for the final match. It looks like as the best healer in the lobby, one of the best healers in EU. Huge congratulations to Sin Nova. $2,600
Easy.
split however the leadership wants to take it. To be clear, if the leadership came to me and said, we want to just take all of it, we're not $1,000 to each one of the leadership members and then $600 to our peons. They could technically do that. Now, I don't know if that necessarily would be fair. It would certainly be easier on my end, but hopefully we can get Sin Nova in for an interview. We'll see if Hand of Unity wants to have an interview as well on this one, as I can't believe what an epic
Let's
tournament.
give it to Apple.
No, it's
Apple's
not the
still
finals we
catching
expected. I
strays.
think a lot of people thought it was going to be way closer, and then Sin Nova just came in with a blowout. Hand of Unity just could not counter that strategy. Just a little rough for them. Okay, looks like we're getting in these players, or we're getting in the leaders for the post-match interview to hear what they have to say about it at the end of time here, climbing all the way to the top of the mountain.
I mean, to be
One
fully
second.
honest,
Yeah, go ahead.
even though this was not the match we expected, I have to admit, at the end of the day, great fights on both ends. Hand of Unity have done a phenomenal job throughout the tournament. Synergy Nova has definitely done insane when it comes to like pretty much showcasing an insanely high level domination when it comes to interruptions. And I do believe, once again, a lot of guilds need to learn from that for the future. But overall, great fights on all ends, on both ends, and for every guild that participated overall, it was absolutely a watch.
Absolutely.
Hello.
We have Goblin King, I believe is your name, in here.
Yep.
You're the shot caller for Sin Nova, is that correct?
For the last fights against Disaster and Hands of Unity, yeah, otherwise it's Timeless.
All right, so Timeless and you are crowned kings. You're the masters of the game, masters of the top
GGs.
guild on EU of 54 guilds participating in the tournament. Definitively the strongest one. Did you guys think it was going to come out and be a 2-0? From a shot caller perspective, do you think it was going to be so one-sided?
We expected to lose like maybe one. We thought we had the advantage because we screamed a lot, like we're in good terms with them. We had a lot of very close fights with them. They got some win, we got some win. We still expected to like take a win here. We maybe thought it would go like 2-1 or something, but I'm really glad with how we performed, honestly. It was a really good fight overall. They did really well as well.
Yeah,
That was pretty clean.
Yeah, it was good fights to both sides. It's got to feel good to be one of the best shot callers in the world, definitely, for Throne and Liberty right there. I got to say, watching your front line, can you explain to us and the audience at home what you guys are doing differently than the other guilds? Your point control is just so much stronger in terms of keeping the enemy guild from getting that camp off. Do you have specific casters that are running staff that are just geared as tank busters that are basically just killing those players individually? Because that's what I felt like was going on there, and then your front line was just doing such a great job of interrupting. Or how do you guys handle that?
We do have a lot of staff running the Tombstone skill just to freeze tanks whenever they try to cap. We also have pretty much everyone assigned to cancel, so whenever we'll see someone starting to cap, I'm just gonna start screaming the name in voice, and then we'll just have like every dagger, shadow strike, every like staff trying to freeze. We have near masters, we have push from tanks. We pretty much have everyone committing into it, so they have no chance to cap at like any time. So far it's been working pretty well, actually.
Absolutely incredible. Now, do you guys own Castle right now? Are you guys like the
Yeah,
Castle
we do
owners?
have the castle right now.
Okay, so I didn't get Hand of Unity did not own the Castle. Do you feel like
No.
that had a big hand in your victory today?
It's definitely good help, but I don't think it does everything either. It's yeah, it definitely helps us. I'm not gonna lie. I still think like without the castle, it would have maybe been the same outcome.
Oh,
But
okay.
overall, yeah, it was
Right on. So, hey, is Sin Nova a Turkish guild? A lot of people are saying it's
good.
Turkish
No, we're
dominant.
not.
Okay, so
We
what?
do have a lot of Turkish members though,
Okay, right
but
on.
we are not a Turkish guild. We are
Okay,
international.
what about Hand of Unity? Do you know what they're where they're kind of based?
I just know they're international. I wouldn't know.
Okay, right on. So honestly, just kind of from all over the place. You guys did a fantastic job in this tournament. I know that AGS and NCSoft are watching from home right now. You're one of the masters of the game in the West, certainly one of the forefronts of knowledge on the game. Is there anything that you want to say to them, whether it be for balance or any ways that you want the game adjusted? What do you think needs to happen with the game? What would be your message to them?
I feel like investing a bit more into the war game system will be great. Either having some type of rank system towards it, like we've had in other games with GVGs, that would be great. Could probably have a bit more custom games, either changing the spawn time, the buff when you respawn and stuff like that. That would be really helpful for war game at least. But sometimes just having like permanent respawn camp and stuff is not as fun as having like proper fights.
Right on. Do you feel that the castle buff should be included in war games at all, or do you think that like outside buffs should be kind of allowed in war games? Because I know that was a big point of contention in the North American tournament.
I think it would be nice to not have any Riftstone or Boonstone or any buff in war games, to be honest. That would balance it a bit more already towards that guild that don't have a castle and stuff.
That's fair. Absolutely. So is there anything you want to say to the folks at home, having won today, having climbed this mountain? You do represent Sin right now. Do you want to give anybody a shout out, say thank you to anyone? It's got to feel good, man. I honestly, that's the adrenaline rush, as Tyler one would say.
Yeah. Honestly, big shout out to our guild, to our alliance, Sin Nova, Sin Bleed, Sin Mid. That was really great. We did a really good job. I'm really proud of you guys. Otherwise, really good grats to everyone that participated, really. That's really nice. We came out with so many guilds going in. If like this kind of stuff could happen ever again, that would be amazing. It's really a lot of organization and time, so I know it's tough, but it was really nice to have this. Overall, really thanks to everyone that participated. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was absolutely one of the hardest events I've ever had to put on. Managing 2,500 players is not something that anyone's ever really
60 guilds sign up. What was it, 50?
Very, very difficult from that perspective.
Next, we're gonna get Battlegrounds tournament.
I'm thinking about potentially running it for T2, running it back after people have had a chance. So, guys, make sure that you are grinding your butt off in tier 2, because the tournament runs when the tournament runs, and you got to have your gear ready to go for that. People are asking if I'm going to run a Japanese tournament. I would love to if there's enough community support on it. I'd love to see AGS come out and support the tournament a little bit more. We just got a Twitter post this time, which was a little rough on like the first day of the tournament, and then after that it was basically nothing. So I'd love to see AGS come out and support it a little bit more now that they've seen the community come out.
AGS, come on, man.
What they were doing is they were kind of waiting. No one's ever run a tournament like this before, so they kind of wanted to see how the community would receive that and what it would look like. And as you can see, I think the community has come together in a big way. It's my hope that the TNL War Games Discord for EU is a place that thrives and is used for the entire PvP community to set up more war games, to set up more tournaments. If any content creator wants to run a tournament through there, they're more than happy to do so. If any guilds want to help run it, I can help give you the admin role. We're not trying to dominate the conversation or anything. If people want to help
give
run
me
that,
admin.
they're more than happy to do so. I appreciate all your support for the tournament here. Is there anything you want to say to Hand of Unity?
Grats, really. Like, that was a really good fight. We've always had good fights against them. They're definitely like part of the top guilds in Europe as well. Like, if anything, they're like currently the second best, right? So there is nothing to take away like in a bad way from them. They're just really good. That was a really good fight. They're playing fair. They are nice to organize things with, so nothing to say bad, really. Good job to you guys as well.
Amazing. Right on. Well, we're going to pull Hand of Unity in as they are brave enough to come on. We love to see that. Huge congratulations. I do want to say to all of Sin Nova, your leadership needs to DM me, like personally, which people are getting money and how much money each person is getting so that I know who to distribute it to. I will distribute it in the next 2 to 3 days based on what the leadership tells me to do. If you all wanted to go to the same person and then give that person an arc boss weapon, you can do that. You know what I mean? But like if everybody wants to get $50, you can do that too, but I need to have that list as well. Big congratulations. I'm gonna go ahead and move you down, Goblin. Congratulations today. You guys won. You deserved it, man.
Yeah, thank you a lot again for organizing this. That's amazing. That was really great.
Yeah, good fights.
All
right, let's get Relu up here. All right, Relu. All right, so that was a little rough, right? That was a little rough. I think I saw your strategy. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But was your strategy not to kind of wait? I don't think you guys wanted them to reverse cap on you. And you guys were skirmishing them so well in the field, especially on Azrael right there. You guys looked really good for long durations of time. They actually couldn't cap it against you for a while. Were you intentionally not trying to cap the point for the first like 8 minutes of the match? Because that's what it looked like to the rest of us.
No, not absolutely fucking not. Their point control is absolutely incredible. Hood King, basics that would just not let the sister throne. Yeah, it was insane. Maybe not the coin flip that we talked about, but being completely honest, Sin are an incredible guild. They put a shit ton of work, a shit ton of players, you know, they worked hard and they absolutely deserve this place. I would not, well, apart from us, obviously, I would not want anyone else in the top place.
Yeah, that was super sick. And again, yes, he went down 0-2, but at the end of the day, you guys looked, that was an extremely close fight on both maps. I mean, again, you guys were skirmishing back and forth. I could see the kill
first
feed.
one, yeah. The second one,
you guys were kind enough to allow me to join the guild temporarily so that we could see the kill feed during the match itself. You guys had big swings back and forth, and were the ones that really challenged Sin Nova overall on both maps. But like, so I was pointing out the point defense as well the entire time. Is there anything else you felt that really went wrong for you guys?
One thing that I want to mention is their poor camping parties. I don't know if you had much perspective on that. They were annoying as hell. Yeah. They were really, really effective. Obviously, we have the same situation, but not to the same amount and regard, and it just made every people's person hell. They had such a big impact on us coming in. Overall, though, diffed pretty much in every single regard. Can't deny that, you know. But, you know, fair play to them. They worked hard, and it paid off.
You know, at the end of the day, you're ranked 2 in EU, which could be some of the best players in the world. I don't want to be too ambitious about it, but let's be honest, Koreans kind of suck at MMOs. Once we catch up to them in gear score, it's probably NA or EU. I don't know, the Japanese server can't be understated either. So you could be world champions before long. What would you say? Do you think yourself, do you think that EU could beat NA in a head-to-head? I'm not sure if you watched the NA tournament or you saw how strong some of our guilds were, but do you think that EU on the whole could beat NA? Do you think your top end can beat us?
This is a bit of a difficult one because, for one, we had to have you, an American, organize a tournament for us because we had 2 tournaments try to get organized and people were just completely disorganized. But on the other hand, we don't... Yeah, on the other hand, we don't really have guilds disband 2 eagles and jumping trees, so you know, could swing either way. But yeah, I think Supple are strong. I know they and Synergy played along against each other on Korea, but being completely honest, the level of Sin compared to back then and now is just astronomical. So it will be curious to see for sure.
Right on. Well, you're one of the guild leads. Look, you have more experience than anyone else in this game, aside from, of course, Sin, and maybe we saw Disaster and Failure earlier today. You're one of the top guilds in EU, number 2 overall. Okay, we know that NCSoft and AGS are watching.
Yo,
from
please,
home.
AGS, set it up, man.
Is there something that you want to say to them with regards to something that's hurting you from playing the game, or do you think something that could improve the game overall? As, you know, a master of the game, I think your opinion is extremely relevant here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Goblin King mentioned a few points, but I'll just mention because I didn't really listen all of it. I think customizability for war games would be absolutely fantastic. You know, being able to move portals, set immunity timers. One big thing at the moment, unfortunately, is the reason this game mode doesn't have much appeal is because it doesn't give any rewards, right? And it's a bit of a crappy thing to do because, in my opinion, it's the most fun one until we get the boss changes. So, you know, if we could get kind of like OPR system in New World where people can queue you up or anything really just to encourage people to PvP more from AGS instead of appealing to PvE players, that would be fantastic.
Okay, right on. Well, that's good to hear. Now, is there anything you want to say to all of your members?
Oh.
2 out of 54, and I want to be clear, anyone that didn't show up for the tournament are pussies and don't count at all as PvP guilds. So of the PvP guilds in EU, you're number 2. Okay, so is there anything you want to say to your leadership core, to your members today, maybe if they're feeling down here?
I was going to make an announcement regarding it anyway, but I want to give a shout out to all my management, all my officers, past and present, who, you know, put their literally life into helping to run the guild, you know, getting those VOD reviews, getting people helping re-roll. And I want a big shout out to all the members, you know, that literally took everything it took for them to win. Re-rolling meta, getting separate sets, you know, getting spear when it was meta, stuff like that. So, yeah, second place is the first winner, as they say. But still, thank you very much for all of my boys and girls who put in the hard work.
Absolutely. Well, excellent job in the tournament. I really appreciate you coming out, man. I'll go ahead and move you back down now. Good fights today. It didn't go your way.
All right, the tournament is officially over.
Yeah, big shout out to you Blue for organizers for us. Really, really fun and was really fantastic to see. Thank you. Have a good night.
You homies. Yep. Later, taters.
Good night.
Right on. I want to give a big shout out, guys. I don't run tournaments for dead guilds or for dead regions, guys. So here's the deal. The reason the EU tournament was such a great success and the NA tournament was such a great success, and the reason I'm looking at potentially running them again in even different formats and things like this, is because people came to sign up for the tournament. Above all else, I will put my own money on the line. That was the original plan with no sponsors. That was the original plan in the first place, to run it for both regions. That it doesn't matter as much. What matters to me is that the PvP scene shows up, signs up for the tournament, comes out.
Sign up for the tournament, guys.
That's exactly what EU did for this tournament. That's what NA did as well. EU really showing up with 54 guilds signing up, 52 ultimately participating. Was a crazy turnout. People all coming out to watch, love, and support the tournament. Anything that you can do on social media to help spread the word on this or give word to AGS.
All right, I'm gonna call it, guys.
Experience that you had would be excellent for me and trying to run these tournaments.
The matches, I was hoping a little bit more excitement from the games, but Sin won, took the W. Great tournament from Blue, so make sure you check out Blue, guys. Amazing tournament. Make sure you guys sign up for the next one. Check out Throne of Liberty. Talandra is going to be massive for the game. Make sure you check it out. Thank you, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.